If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as I go throughout the video. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App with $ 2 cents boxing or leaving a special thanks below with the $ with the heart in it. Just letting me know you enjoy the content. 10/9/23/2025. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live 2 cents after dark, we will be talking about Tank versus Jake Paul press conference. The fans continue to overreact, and Tank snaps on his fans. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live. Short live today. I only plan on being on here for an hour, right? I just want to come on here real quick, hop on here, and give my 2 cents about, like I always do, the Tank and Jake Paul drama. Make sure you punch the like button if you haven't already, and tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. If you know anybody that like boxing that's up, send them the link. Tell them, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I want you to send it right there. Say, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Because that's what we do over here on this platform, right? Everybody is entitled to their own opinion. And I'm definitely about to give mine tonight. Let a couple more people pull up in here. So from the inception of the rumor that Tank and Jake Paul will possibly be fighting, to the announcement of Tank and Jake Paul fighting, to the press conference of Tank and Jake Paul fighting, it just seems to be this emotional overreaction to what's going on with Tank. And it's just not Tank. It's just not Tank. It was it's always like an emotional overreacting to Terrence Crawford. Like, the emotional overreactions is what this is my opinion, is what I'm not really understanding, right? Because there's a lot of people that said, and let me preface this by saying this, right? I don't care what y'all think. And I mean that respectfully, because y'all not about to get on here and shame me out of my opinion. Y'all not about to come on here and Tank fan. You a Tank fan. You a Tank fan. You a Tank fan. Y'all not about to Tank fan me to death. Because this is not about me being a Tank fan. This is about me using my common sense, my logic, and simply my own opinions to express how I feel about a situation. So before y'all come in here, you a Tank fan, girl, I can't believe you defending this. I can't believe you this. I can't believe you that. Now, I played y'all a video that I made 4 months ago when the rumor first started about Tank and Jake Paul, how I feel about this fight. And I'm going to say it right now, and I'm not going to say it no more the rest of this live. I'm not going to keep saying, I don't like the fight. The fight trash. I keep saying it's a clown show. It's a circus. The fight trash. It's a clown. I'm not going to keep saying that over and over to appease overly emotional fans. Right? And I might go as far as to say, I don't know if the fight is trash. I ain't seen it yet. How can you say the fight is trash if you ain't even seen it yet? You don't know what's going to happen in the fight, but you're entitled to your own opinion. So there seems to be this major push that if you don't hate this fight, or you ain't saying Tank ain't this and Tank ain't that, and Tank a clown, and Tank ain't who I thought he was, and Tank scared, and Tank this and Tank that, like, I'm not about to do that. I don't need to do that. It's enough people doing that. It's enough people doing that. So what I'm going to do is come from a different perspective and give a different perspective about the situation, because it's this shit just not one way. And obviously, y'all seen what happened when the fight got announced. It broke the internet. Y'all seen what happened when the tickets went on pre-sale. They sold out. So to constantly sit here and say it's trash, don't nobody want to see it, don't nobody want this, don't nobody want that, you can have your opinion about it. It may be trash to you, and you might not want to see it. But obviously, the demand for the fight is there. The demand for the fight is there. And let me say this. I hear people saying, oh, this fight is ruining the sport because it's not a real fight. Jake Paul not a real fighter. And I'm not saying I don't disagree with that, quote unquote. Like, but technically, if we want to get technical, Jake Paul is a real fighter. He's a professional fighter if we want to be technical. But I get what y'all saying. I don't want y'all to think that I don't understand y'all perspective. The problem I'm having is when people act like they can't understand other people's perspective. And when you have another perspective or you can see another perspective and you express that, people want to call you names and do all this other childish shit because they emotional and they can't control how you think and feel, just like they can't control who Tank Davis is fighting. It's a demand for the fight. It sold out pre-sale. It broke the internet when it dropped. The bottom line. So people want to say, well, this ain't a real fight. It's ruining the sport because I don't know why. I keep saying, how is it in the chat? Can y'all let me know how Tank and Jake Paul is ruining the sport? Can somebody please let me know that? And some people say, well, it's not ruining the sport. It's going to help the sport because it's bringing eyes to the sport. It's going to be over 100 million people that probably watch this fight. I don't know if it's going to be over 100 million. I could be exaggerating. I'm just saying, right? But it's going to be tens of millions, possibly hundreds of millions of people that watch this fight. So then I heard somebody say, well, the people that watch fights like that, they don't cross over. They don't go over and watch real boxing. So I thought about that, right? I said, okay, so people feel like the market that's going to watch Tank and Jake Paul fight isn't the market that's going to cross over and go watch these other fights that everybody Johnson bouncing about. So I want y'all to think about that for a second, right? I just want y'all to think about this logically and get out y'all feelings, please. Just think about it logically. I ain't trying to change your mind at all. I'm just trying to get you to understand a different perspective. So if the people that's going to watch the Tank and Jake Paul fight not going to cross over and watch regular boxing, wouldn't that mean that there's clearly a market for what Tank and Jake Paul is doing? One. And wouldn't that mean that the market for what Tank and Jake Paul is doing is way bigger than the market for these? I kept hearing somebody say a legacy fighter today. I don't know what the fuck that means, but we gonna use it. That the legacy fighters over here, them people not gonna cross over and watch that. So what are y'all bitching about in the first place? Can you tell me what y'all bitching about in the first place? If it's a market for what he doing over here, clearly a huge market and a high demand, and the demand in the market is clearly not as big over here for what y'all asking for him to do, why wouldn't I take an opportunity to go fight in a different market, which a lot of my fans are casuals. Y'all want to run around here and say Tank fans don't know shit about boxing? Of course they don't. They're casuals. They not watching y'all favorite fighters either. They probably only watching Tank because he has a huge casual fan base. So what do y'all expect? So I'm going to go over here in this market with this person who also excels in this market, and we're going to make a fight, and we're going to make a bunch of money, and then I'm going to continue my life on from there. What I'm having a problem with, or some challenges with understanding, is how are people so emotional about this? First of all, I mean, y'all panties is really in a bunch. I've never seen people discuss, talk about, make videos about something they don't want so much. I said, after the rumors was released and everybody kept talking about it, I said Tank and Jake Paul would be a fool not to make this fight because it's clearly a demand for it, because people keep fucking talking about how much they don't want to see it. Before the fight was even announced, it was a rumor. People kept talking about how they don't want to see it. It's a circus. I don't want to see it. 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 Now y'all were the same people watching a press conference. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But you're watching a press conference, but you're making videos about it. I don't understand. I didn't want to see Francis Ngannou fight Tyson Fury. I think I might have did one live stream about it, talking about it. I didn't make video after video. I didn't watch the press conference and say how much I didn't want to watch it. I didn't watch the fight and complain about it. I didn't do any of that. I made my videos. I gave my 2 cents about the situation, and I kept it moving. And people want to keep saying, oh, we so upset with Tank because he should rematch Lamont Roach. Listen, not every fight is an immediate rematch, and you don't get rematches from every fighter that you want to rematch. Like, I don't understand it. If he rematch Roach, he rematch Roach. If he don't, he don't. Clearly, the story has been told that they were supposed to make the rematch. Some things happened, legal troubles, whatever happened, and they wasn't able to make the rematch at the time that it was supposed to happen. So he had to do the Jake Paul fight first. I don't understand, like, what the issue is. Like, he clearly came out and said it. We were supposed to do it. My gal got me locked up. I wasn't able to do it. So I'm going to fight Jake Paul first. What's the problem? Well, the problem is Tank had a rematch that he had to honor. And I don't understand what's up with all this virtue signaling everybody got going on in boxing, and why you on this moral high ground if because you ain't watching the Jake Paul fight, and you ain't, and he ain't a real fighter, he a clown, and if that's your perspective, then you on some type of moral high ground of all the boxing fans. You the boxing fan leader. You at the top of the boxing fan food pyramid. When it's like, really? Like, really? Y'all are not about to control these fighters and tell them what to do. Y'all don't have any demands like this on any other fighter but Boots Ennis. Y'all don't do no other fighter like this for real but Boots Ennis. Like, seriously. They either do what you want them to do, fuck what they want to do. Y'all are really, really, really criticizing this man for taking an opportunity, a very lucrative opportunity, because y'all wanted him to fight a rematch with Lamont Roach. Come on, man. That shit don't even sound right for real when y'all just really, really think about it. To me, it don't sound right for real. To me, my 2 cents. If it was my son, I'd be like, nigga, fuck a rematch with Lamont Roach. Man, you about to go take this Jake Paul fight. You're not about to do no rematch with no. So you're going to be like, no. And if he would have turned it down, y'all would have been saying how dumb Tank was for turning that shit down. And then this is my thing too, right? This is my biggest challenge I'm having with all of this. Talk shit. And at the end say, but I'll do the same thing. But you will do the same thing. Yeah, I'll fight Jake Paul too. You will fight Jake Paul too if you had the opportunity. Really? So all these people on here criticizing Tank and crying would also fight Jake Paul too if they had the opportunity. I don't understand. Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You allowed to feel how you want to feel. But it's given a Tank ain't never been no real boxer. Tank ain't got the mentality. Tank ain't got no heart. Tank ain't, like, how do y'all know how Tank feels emotionally? I always ask people that. How do y'all know how Tank feels emotionally? How do y'all know where Tank is at mentally? After the Lamont Roach fight, people were saying Tank ain't there and he not there mentally and he wasn't in the fight and he got a lot of stuff going on and his confidence is gone. All of this stuff y'all was saying, and Tank need to get himself together. So if Tank need to get himself together and he take the Jake Paul fight while he getting himself together, what's the problem? Y'all was saying the man confidence is gone. Why would he try to fight Lamont Roach if he got all this shit he need to fix and work on? Like y'all was saying after the Roach fight. It's just a lot of contradictory stuff that y'all be saying. It just don't make sense. If you don't like the fight, don't watch it. And then I hear people say, well, I mean, I'm a Tank fan. I buy his tickets. I buy his pay-per-views. So you buy his tickets and his pay-per-views. That means you get to control him and tell him what to do. When you bought that pay-per-view, when you bought that ticket, were you not entertained by the fight that you bought that pay-per-view and ticket for? If yes, then you got your money's worth. I don't understand. No other, you cannot tell these fighters what to do. Like, I don't understand. Then if the fighter decides not to fight who you want them to fight, you just criticize and throw insults, shit on the whole man career. Like, I don't understand that. And I don't see y'all doing no other fighters like that except for Tank Davis and Jaron Boots Ennis. Can somebody please give me a list of who y'all want y'all favorite fighters to fight? Don't put Tank name on it, because he about to retire, right? Tank about to retire. So put a list of all the fighters, your favorite fighters at 135 pounds that y'all want to see fight. And every time they don't fight somebody on that list, I want y'all to come on here, bitch and complain and cry when they don't fight who you want them to fight. But y'all not going to do that. Because what y'all do is be cool with whoever your favorite fighter is fighting. Make the excuse that everybody's ducking them, which is why they fight in subpar competition, which makes absolutely no sense for real when you really think about it, but that's another live stream. Just like right now, currently, I got people trying to tell me Teofimo Lopez is so great and he got all these accolades and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I told people today, if Teofimo Lopez was fighting Tank Davis instead of Shakur, you know what y'all would say? Teofimo Lopez ain't that good. Teofimo Lopez got beat by Kambosos. Teofimo Lopez lost to Jermaine Ortiz. Teofimo Lopez been ducking everybody. Y'all would just run down the list of all this bullshit that T.O. been doing and acknowledge the fact that he's really been declining since the Lomachenko fight, and acknowledge the fact that his power ain't been nothing like it was at 135 since he's been at 140. That's what y'all would do. Like, let's be honest. And then you get mad and you feel some type of way when Tank tell a fan to shut the fuck up and be a fan. And then y'all want to come on here and throw it in people. Tank told y'all to shut the fuck up and be a fan. No, Tank told whoever he was talking to on X to shut the fuck up and be a fan. But I agree with Tank. Y'all need to shut the fuck up and be fans and stop trying to control these fighters. And y'all sitting up here acting like y'all don't understand why Tank is so frustrated, why y'all can't understand Tank is snapping and going off on people, when all y'all do constantly, fight after fight, opponent after opponent, is criticize and talk shit, opponent after opponent. Look how y'all did Lamont Roach before the fight. I remember all of that. I literally had a debate that I won and got overturned about if Floyd Schofield and Shakur Stevenson was better than Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. They was really trying to play in my face. And the fucking fight with Shakur Stevenson didn't even happen. It didn't even happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna read y'all comments, but I gotta say this because y'all just being unreasonable in my opinion. In my opinion, y'all entitled to your own opinion. But I'm saying it just seems like an overreaction to me. It just seems like an overreaction to me. Somebody say, I wonder why Tank said he's not the face of boxing anymore. Why would Tank want to be the face of boxing? For what? Let somebody else have that title. Fuck it. Let somebody else be the face of boxing. I ain't the face of boxing, then y'all leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go let Devin be the face of boxing. Go let Shakur be the face of boxing on undercards in Saudi Arabia. Go let them be the face of boxing. Leave me alone. Now Tank they making a Jake Paul fight because the PBC ran out of money. Listen, the PBC been running out of money for a decade. I think they gonna find a way to make it work. PBC been running out of money for the last decade. I guarantee they will find a way to make it work. They always do. They always do. And it seems like it's only people on this YouTube that's got this campaign to this shit on Tank Davis campaign that everybody been running. Every time he do anything, it doesn't matter what he does, y'all is going to complain about it. So why would I spend my time trying to appease people who ain't appreciated nothing I've done the whole time I've been here? Please tell me. Shakur Stevens say he don't give a fuck about the fans. He ain't fighting for them. Terrence Crawford say he don't give a fuck about no fans. He ain't fighting for them. All these fighters is telling y'all they not fighting for no fans. They not fighting for y'all because fans is too fickle. There's never no satisfying y'all. Especially if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis. Because y'all want to shit on my career and my whole resume because I ain't fought two people? Because I ain't fought two people? Because I haven't fought niggas on undercards fighting overseas in the middle of the day competing with college football in the United States? Is that what we talking about? Y'all really criticizing this man for something y'all would do y'allself? That's the biggest hypocrisy right there. And y'all don't even realize that y'all doing it. Some of you niggas will let Diddy spike y'all drink for $50 million. Sure would. Willing to bend over and bust it open for 50 mil. But we gonna criticize and cry and bitch and complain and keep saying how much you don't want. I don't care. If you don't want it then and you don't like the fight, cool. It's no need to say it over and over, day after day, cry, bitch and complain, criticize people that do possibly want to see the event. Because I'm a fan of boxing. I am a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm interested in this huge boxing event that they're about to put on. I want to see the undercard. Alicia Baumgartner dropped her belt. She stood on business. She said, this belt. I want to fight 3 minutes around. Forget it. I drop it. I don't even want it. Take it. Keep it. I'm about to fight these 3-minute rounds because we trying to get these changes made in women's boxing, even though Clarissa Shields been trying to do that since she came into boxing and she been trying to do it first. But, you know, they're going to get a credit to somebody else because they don't want her to have it. But it's cool. And the fact that because Tank is, quote unquote, the A side, he could just run around and do whatever he want and make people fight him whenever they want and all this other stuff. Listen, if they fight, they fight. And then people saying, oh, well, Tank's scared. Tank's scared. He don't want to fight this person. He don't want to fight this person. That's why he fighting Jake Paul. I wish I could scare my way into $50 million. I wish I could be so scared that I just end up making $50 million because I'm so scared and I'm running away from my fears and I run right on into $50 million. I don't care. Here come the tank protection program in full effect. If you feel like me talking logic and common sense is quote unquote protection, that's fine. However you interpret it. Because I'm not about to sit on here and constantly criticize, condemn, and complain. Because honestly, I don't have anything to criticize. I told y'all 4 months ago, I don't care if he makes the Jake Paul fight. I don't care. If he gonna go make the fight and make a lot of money and revolutionize the sport or whatever the case may be and pave a way for if another big name fighter can come up in the future, they can get together and make $50 million a fight, an exhibition fight, no titles on the line, and all of these things to a whole market of people that otherwise wouldn't even be watching boxing. What's the problem? I told y'all, Jake Paul was able to come into boxing and find a niche within the sport and be able to be profitable. That's what's so great about boxing, with the openness of boxing. But you niggas want to shrink it down to something so small to where only a certain type of fan would like the sport because you want to be able to control fighters and you want them to do and fight who you want them to do and fight. No. This ain't no alphabet sport. It ain't the NBA. It ain't the NFL. It ain't the NHL. It's none of that. It's boxing. It's the wild, wild west. You either love it or you hate it. You get in where you fit in and you make money where you can. That's the whole point of the, like, I don't understand. And people want to sit on here and cry about Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, when the nigga do an interview and let y'all know he was capping and lying the whole time. Tank ain't signed the contract. Now Tank signed the contract. I got options. I'm moving on. I ain't waiting for Tank. Now I'm bitching and crying because he ain't fight me. What? Lamont Roach is slowly fading to black. Nobody was ever really worried about Lamont Roach. You let these fans, these fickle, fake fans, hype you up into thinking that you was something that you not, and now you hanging on to whatever little Javante Tank Davis momentum you got, when you should have just took the momentum, spent it in a different way and ran with it, and waited to see if you was gonna get the rematch instead of acting like you about to file a lawsuit, all this other shit. Like, it's a lot. I don't understand. And it was a ton of things going on behind the scenes that people don't know about. And I think it's a ton of things that a lot of these fighters deal with behind the scenes that people don't know about. And frankly, I think that Javante Tank Davis is just sick of y'all. He's sick of y'all always having something to say, no matter what he do. He's sick of y'all constantly criticizing him. He's sick of y'all criticizing his opponents. And then here come everybody Johnson bouncing everybody he fighting to try to fight him. But y'all will sit here and say, somebody told me, I think that was Dank Father saying this stupid shit. Dank Father, where you at? Come to the front of the congregation. Dank Father told me earlier that the only reason that people wanted to fight Tank Davis opponents was because they had belts. I'm gonna let that sizzle in y'all spirit for a second. He said the only reason why people wanted to fight Tank Davis opponents was because they had belts. But I thought y'all said Tank Davis don't fight nobody. So now the only reason people want to fight Tank Davis fans is because they champions. Y'all gotta stop contradicting yourself. Yeah, J-Man, Dank Father was cooking himself. That he put the Obey season on himself. He rolled around in the fire and he just jumped in the grease all on his own. Just cooked himself. But I'm saying everybody's entitled to their own opinion. What I'm having an issue with is you niggas thinking y'all can attack me for mine. For some reason, every time Tank got something going on, people think they can see me in chats and start talking shit and like, I don't understand. Over my boxing opinion, I don't agree. Tank needs to have a top level champion in his division. Tank don't need to do nothing. That's what y'all got to take out y'all vocabulary. You could say, I would like to see Tank fight a top level fighter in his division. But what he need to do is what he been doing. That's what he needs to do. He don't need to do nothing. He don't need to do anything. Let me see what y'all saying in these comments. I didn't talk for 30 minutes straight. Hold on, because it's just y'all just not realistic. Like, I don't understand. I'm not gonna sit on here. Shout out Broke and Dangerous with the $2 in the super chat, and he's just supporting the channel. Shout out. Yeah, y'all be sure to help support the channel. Let me scroll up, see what y'all talking about. Dank Father say, I suggest y'all shut the fuck up and be fans like Tank requested. Exactly, Dank Father. Shut the fuck up and be a fan. Like, I felt like it made perfect sense. See, this is the problem. I don't internalize stuff when people say it and take offense to it because you're not talking to me. I don't need to shut the fuck up and be a fan because I ain't trying to tell them what to do. So I don't take no offense to that. I'm not the type of person that somebody say something and I throw myself in the mix so I can be offended and be a victim. You know how hard it is to offend me? See, if you emotional, then you're easily offended. I'm not emotional like that. So him telling these idiots to shut the fuck up and be a fan, I'm not offended by that. Because he ain't talking to me. I'm not up here telling the man what he need to do and what he should be doing. I don't do no fighter like that. And y'all don't do no other fighter like that either, except for Boots and Tank. Tank just wants the bag. Can't blame him when it's going to be 10 rounds of sparring. Exactly. They going to hate. Watch the hypocrites. They are. Then get mad when you call them out on it. Because Tank is ignoring fights and in and around the division for a cash grab. What if all fighters did that? The sport would collapse. Boxing Hacker, this is the thing. All fighters can't do that. That's the thing. All fighters can't do this. Make no money. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? All fighters can't do this. What do you mean? Devin Haney not about to get no Jake Paul fight. What are you talking about? Floyd Mayweather did it. Did the sport collapse? Shane Mosley did it. Did the sport collapse? Oscar De La Hoya did it. Did the sports collapse? Muhammad Ali has done it. Did this like you George Foreman? You know how many fighters have fought exhibition fights? This is the emotional overreaction stuff I'm talking about. Now the sport gonna collapse? Come on, stop it. Yes, Jake Paul got his own demographic. Boxing Hacker Crawford is ignoring fights in the division he has all the belts in. So we don't care about what you're talking about. Go get Crawford to take that fight with Benavidez and all the belts. Broken Dangerous say 100. So there's a demand for it because people don't want to see it. Boxing Hacker. Yes, there's a demand for it. Yes, there's a demand for it. Hold on, y'all. You mean you don't want to see it? Y'all stop saying people don't want to see it. The pre-sale tickets sold out. So how people don't want to see it? Y'all sound ridiculous with that shit. Just say you don't want to see it. Just say hardcore boxing fans don't want to see it. But to say people don't want to see it, that's just not true. Because I guarantee you, everybody snotting and crying and bitching and whining and complaining, they're going to watch the fight. The same way all the people that didn't want to see the Lamont Roach fight, they watched the Lamont Roach fight and complained about the fight after it was over. I thought y'all didn't want to see it. But you watched it anyway. Let me see what y'all saying. Andre Smith in the building. He say they hate on Tank so much they're gonna look at it fight. Yeah, they're gonna watch the fight. This is what y'all don't realize, right? Especially on these YouTube streets. And this, I think I told y'all this about the Lamont Roach fight. If people didn't really want to see it, if people didn't really like the fight, they would not talk about it, y'all. They wouldn't talk about it. I guarantee you, your favorite YouTube channel that's snotting and crying and complaining are going to support and watch this fight. They're supporting the fight right now. Why y'all think they making videos about what they don't want to see? Why was my numbers so much better in the month the Tank and Jake Paul fight got announced versus the month that Crawford and Canelo fought? Why was there such a difference in my analytics? But I'm not gonna go there with y'all because that's probably above y'all level of comprehension, because some of y'all don't even have basic business acumen, which is why y'all act the way y'all act about these fighters. Once you understand the business of boxing, I promise y'all wouldn't be so emotional and snotting and crying all the time. Q Brown say that's besides the point. Focus, Crawford and Canelo would both do the Jake Paul fight. Everybody would do the Jake Paul fight. That's why it's just everybody wants to fit in, I guess. It's like everybody just hating on Tank so we can all fit in or be on one accord, or I'm afraid to say something positive about Tank because I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. Well, I ain't. I'm not. Y'all are not about to shame me out of my opinion. Y'all not about to shame me into not wanting to see the event or watch the event. I'm excited to see how this promotion gonna be. Oh, let me address this too, right? Because here come everybody today too, with the emotional overreacting. Hey, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all punch that like button. And be sure to help support the channel. We late night. So here go everybody today, right? Man, Tank just let Jake Paul disrespect him. I mean, he said he hit girls. He said he gonna have a this and that. He said he can't read like Floyd. And Tank just ain't do nothing. I knew Tank ain't had no heart. I knew Tank. And I'm listening to these people and I'm like, are y'all fucking serious? Do y'all not know Jake Paul is a troll? Put a 1 in the chat if you know that Jake Paul is a troll. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all know Jake Paul is a troll. Okay, so when you hear Jake Paul at the press conference, quote unquote, clowning Tank about all the shit he's saying, didn't y'all expect Jake Paul to do that? Put a 2 in the chat if you expected Jake Paul to do that. Put a 2 in the chat. I'm just trying to bring some perspective because people too emotional, like they can't be logical right now. People too emotional. Put a 2 in the chat. Okay, J-Man, aircraft carrier. Okay. Put a 3 in the chat if you've ever seen Tank at a press conference just being witty and going back and forth with people. Just being witty. Like, when has he ever done that? Y'all never see Tank doing that. He may talk a little shit, but Tank know what he getting himself into and what he walking into. What does he look like up there screaming and snotting and doing what? Because Jake Paul up there talking shit about the shit he already knew Jake Paul was going to talk about. He like, all right, nigga, whatever. All right, yeah. Okay. Like, what y'all want him to do? What y'all want him to do? Because then if he would have gotten Jake Paul ass, y'all would have been like, he knew Jake Paul was going to do that. I don't know why Tank acted. It just would have been something. The man gonna get criticized whatever he do, but I just think that's crazy. Y'all really up here acting like, I don't know how y'all expect Tank to act at the press conference. He acted how he always acted at the first press conference. The second press conference, he was a little bit more animated, talked a little bit more shit. But he didn't do anything that he normally doesn't do. And if you ask me, Tank looks a lot better at this press conference than he did at that Lamont Roach press conference, in my opinion. Hold on, aircraft carrier say good point. What you talking about, aircraft carrier? What good points? I got to hear that coming from you. And then he thought that the fight was gonna be at 190 pounds. They told him it's 195. He was like, hold on, I thought y'all said 190. So he probably feels some type of way about that. They might have to get that straight. And Calvin say, we trying to get the 10-ounce gloves. Fuck this 12-ounce glove shit y'all talking about. Let's get the 10-ounce gloves. I told y'all, bigger gloves is going to be more beneficial to Jake Paul, in my opinion, because Tank is, I mean, Jake got the power too, I guess, but Tank is the one that really needs his power. Now, will it be a real fight? Will it be scripted? I mean, it is what it is. We know what to expect with that. Why do people feel the need to keep repeating, it's not even a real fight? Duh, it's an exhibition. We know that. So all I'm saying is, this over emotional reaction is like, I'm not saying y'all don't got a point. I don't understand y'all perspective. I get it. But at the same time, some of the things y'all are saying is a little bit egregious. It's a reach. And it's just an overreaction. That's all. Well, aircraft carrier, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. Who looks desperate, best videos? Who looks desperate, Terrence? And honestly, it looked like, especially at that first press conference, it looked like Tank. And this is the thing, right? Tank might not even, he might feel some type of way about taking this fight before the rematch himself, because he tried to make the fight. So he may feel some type of way about not doing that. And he may feel some type of way about how Lamont Roach was acting and all this bullshit he was doing behind the scenes. And he probably like, all right, I'm going to take the fight. It's cool. But then he got to deal with all these people talking all this shit and not really understanding what happened behind the scenes. And he clearly tried to make the fight, but it ain't be able to go through. People adding him on Twitter, doing all this shit, doing all that. Keep asking him about the same fighter over and over. He ain't trying to hear that shit right now. And then when he say something, everybody want to, oh, Tank said that we just want to get him beat. Tank said it. Like, come on, man. Be for real. Let his contemporaries fight each other. Fight each other until he get ready to fight you, or just fight each other and he don't fight you. But your whole career should not be based off if you get a fight with Gervonta Tank Davis. This Shakur in the interview begging Espinoza, am I in the plans? Am I on the list? Am I in the plan? Can you tell me? Is he gonna fight me or not? Come on, man. They never fight each other. Nobody even cared that Shakur Stevenson didn't fight Devin. Nobody, I mean, it's just nothing like, oh, they just ain't fight. Nobody, I want Devin and Shakur. Devin, no. Shakur needs to fight every time Shakur fight. Shakur needs to fight Devin. No, he needs to be fighting Devin. He ducking Devin. He's scared of Devin. Shakur needs to be fighting Devin. He need to go up to 47. He big enough. He can go up there and fight Devin. Shakur needs to go fight Devin. What he fighting T.O. for? He ducking. He's scared of Devin. That's why he fighting T.O. He's scared of Devin. He already ducked Devin. He should have took the 25%. Y'all see how stupid that sounds? They didn't fight, and he moved on. It is what it is. If they fight later, they fight later. If they fight at 47, they fight at 47. What best videos lying about? Best videos he making. Wait, what best videos? What you lying about? Hannibal, you love Tank draws. That's all you talk about, you weirdo. That's all Hannibal talk about is Tank. See, how you know he making less pay, Hannibal? What's your source? How you know? How you know, Hannibal, he making less money? Y'all just see, and then it gets so bad, y'all just start making up stuff and then getting emotional about shit you made up. That shit crazy. That sound like shit women do. Y'all just make up stuff and then get emotional about it. I swear, y'all, the same stuff y'all be complaining about. I'm watching it in 4K. Y'all be doing the same thing. Y'all ain't no different. PBC ain't been paying that man. This his first real payday. Where you get that from, Terrence Best Videos? See what I'm saying? Who been paying them then? If PBC ain't been paying them, who been paying them? What do you even mean by that? What haven't they been paying him? What didn't they pay him, Best Videos? Everyone can be criticized but Tank. Who said that, Hannibal? Hannibal, I'm convinced you a bot. Until you click my link. Damn, no cap. Let me drop this link. I've been talking for 50 minutes. I didn't think I was gonna talk this long. I thought I was gonna talk for like 30 minutes, and then I was gonna drop the link. But I just had to say y'all that real quick, cause hold on, no cap. Y'all gotta relax in the chat. Y'all be going to war. I'm telling you, sexy Kendra 50 Cent. Oh, you sent the super chat? Oh, my bad. Send Ironheart with the $10 in the super chat. He says starting off boxer hackers bounty right now. Shout out Send Ironheart. You better come correct today, boxing hacker. They got the bounty on you already. Boxing hacker say 2 cents. These are real tank tears you're dropping. See what I'm saying? That's what I told y'all. Y'all not about to name call and shame me out of my opinion, boxing hacker. It's not gonna work. You better tread lightly, boxing hacker. Sin already put the hit out for you. He already put the hit out for you. Listen, aircraft carrier don't even agree with me with hardly anything I say. But he said I was cooking today. And he said, everybody watching Tank and Jank, y'all gotta stop fronting. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't have your opinion. That's cool. But I'm saying stop trying to shame everybody else that don't have that opinion. Like, you're not gonna shame people into not liking Tank. Like, people getting so, like, people literally screaming and getting emotional. Tank ain't who you think he is. Like, why y'all what? What are you talking about? You know, Tim Bradley saying all kind of weird shit. Hold on, y'all. You dropped the link. Nah, ain't nobody crying, boxing hacker. I'm about to have to time you out, Handle, because you tripping. Y'all on the wrong side of history. What that mean? What that mean? We got boxing hacker on the panel.
Wrong sound by 2 cents. What's up? What's up?
What up, boxing hacker? Hey, you know how they do on them. It make me think of, like, you remember like the Maury shows, and then the boyfriend walk out and everybody be like, boo, and he be like flicking off the crowd and shit.
Hey, my buddy Maury, it don't even look like me. I have hair. All sorts of nonsense on that show.
Oh, that shit funny. What's up?
What's good, man? Hey, 2 cents. You gotta stop them tears, Baba. What's going on?
No. You gotta.
Look, I'll put it like this to you, right? Remember, like when the Crawford versus Canelo fight was all you guys were going off all these like this is about that fight, right? You know, all this criticism about the Crawford versus Canelo fight. Oh, it's not gonna sell. It's not gonna do numbers. It's never gonna sell. Crawford must be juicing. He's packing on 20 pounds. A muscle, you know, all sorts of nonsense. We got one guy talking about Crawford has pimples. He has to be juicing, you know. So listen, now it's your favorite fighter. He's getting cooked. I mean, and it's sort of well deserved, you know, because like I said, I mean, people are gonna watch it, yes, but is the fight good? No, it doesn't make any sense. The fight makes zero sense whatsoever. You know,
hold on, I agree. It don't make sense. I agree with that. Shout out to Marshawn West with the $5 in the super chat. She says, Tank, make your money and watch your haters watch this fight. Shout out Marshawn West back in the building.
But like when people say that, like then you end up in these situations where like fight, you end up with these kind of fights. I think sometimes like fight fans do need to like push back, say, hey, we don't, like, hey, if you're all the fight fans, be like, we want
You
to
know
see
how
better.
you push back? You know how you push back? You
How you push
don't
back? We're not
support it.
watching.
You don't support it. That's all you can do.
Mm, I don't know. It's it's um it's sort of how you say unfortunate. And he did say to all his fans, shut up and be fans. He said that at the press conference actually. So
I agree. I agree with him.
but it was talking to you too, Tucson. Aren't you a Tank fan?
It's not an insult to me. I'm not insulted.
Hey, I guess. Yes,
I don't need to shut up about nothing.
But I will say one thing. Like I do think, and this is just on a serious tip, right? I think Tank, like, look, just from the outside looking in, it looks like he's going through something emotional, right? I don't. Maybe it's not for. It's unfortunate because I'm all about the Tank versus Shakur fight, but like when fighters start talking the way he's talking, like it's normally like a downward spiral. Just listening to him at the press conference, he does sound like he's going through some kind of like emotional challenges. Maybe, and to be fair, like being in the fight game is a lot. Having like if you're not that kind of person, like, and you have the world always looking at you, it might be a lot. So
He
maybe
literally
it's not for the
was in
brother
a
to
better
retire.
head. He
Maybe
was
it's time to hang it up. Because
Shout
at this
out to
point, he's not. I don't think he's gonna look good in like professional fights or look the same.
Shout out to Terrence Best Videos, Dondrick them, and Sin Terrence Best Videos, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Oh, yeah, real quick. It's real. It looks real sad. That press conference, real sad. I mean, you got Tank just.
You talking about the one
Um,
today too?
I'm talking about particular. I think the one yesterday, in particular, where Tank said where he said Tank was starting to say, "Oh yeah, well, this fight here is gonna help our families and stuff," and then what Jake Paul quickly said, "Man, shut that shit up." And they said you can't read like Floyd. You get what I'm saying? That this man, why if he's so rich, he got there, and I'm gonna keep bringing this point up. This man supposedly made 35 mil with Ryan. Why is he saying that? 35 million, that's life changing money right there, bruh. You made that. Why are you sitting there sucking on Jake like giving him all this credit for life changing money when you made that, bruh. You got that. Well, that's nothing. So why you said this is why I keep saying and you
What is
guys are going to keep saying that I'm lying. But if he making that type of money and you guys keep telling me he making all that money, this ain't nothing to him. Why is
what are you
he?
talking about?
Oh, you didn't hear in the interview where he was saying this is life changing money and for his family and all that shit. And then Jake Paul quickly shut that shit up because he don't want him. He's trying to make the damn fight entertaining, right? He wants to entertain the fit. This is why he's calling them all them names and shit, trying to make the shit spice the shit up because the shit boring. You're not gonna get in there talking about, oh yeah, thank you, Mr. Jake Paul. He don't want to hear that shit. Why would he want to hear that shit when he's trying to create an atmosphere where there's some issue or some problem or something so the fans want to see the fight? He don't want you thanking him right now for no life change. But why? But for me is why are you saying that anyway, Tank? You the face of boxing. You making all this money with the PBC. You done made all this money. So why you thanking this nigga for a payday? You've been making paydays. And this is why I keep telling you, and I'm going to keep saying this. That's why I wrote in the comments that the PBC ain't been paying this nigga. They ain't been paying him.
Terrence, that don't make no sense what you saying, bro.
Okay, yeah,
You just
Shut your
jumped through a
ass
whole
up, bro.
lot
You
of
always
hoops to
gonna be
get
on
to
some
that
Dodger.
bullshit,
conclusion.
bro. No,
How
you
You
I'm
you
on
don't
the
jumped
hear
through a
that.
whole
bullshit,
lot
You
of
Dodger?
don't hear
crazy
that.
hoops.
How I'm on the bullshit, Dodger? You seen his paychecks when you saw his bank account? Talk to me, Dodger. I'm done. You tell me when you saw his money.
Andre, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Man, these dudes be up here emotional as hell, bruh. Get mad over the littlest shit. First of all, Bud thanked Canelo in the first press conference. I ain't hear you complaining about that. And he got 50 million. Thompson, oh, Tank getting less money. Jake came out today with the Aiden Ross interview saying they're getting QB money, which is 50 mil. Every quarterback gets paid $50 million. So do the math. That's more than he said. Life changing money is money that you think is life changing, not your opinion, not what Terrence thinks is life changing money. It's what Tank thinks is life changing money. Maybe he has a plan to get a certain amount of money put away so he doesn't have to work again. That's different. Y'all keep saying stupid stuff like Tank never been a big shit talker. He might say, I'm gonna knock you out. But he turned up on Jake today. But no, you bringing up, oh, you got a kid your ass, you got a PBC. It's always come back to PBC's going broke or PBC's not paying their fighters or something like that. Y'all just hate, y'all got internal hate for another black man, and that's okay because y'all coons in the first place. Just like Devin when he was shaking Ryan's hand, but y'all ain't bring that up, did y'all? No. It gets annoying because everybody wants you to be mad about Tank taking his fight. We don't care. It's entertainment. I'm not gonna get mad over another person's decision because guess what? Someone's gonna be fighting next week. There's gonna be a fight after that, and I'm gonna watch it. It doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna get stuck on one fighter, bro. Like, stop all this crying stuff. And Hannibal need to hit the link. I'm tired of seeing him type so much. I don't even
Hannibal,
believe
he
he's a real person.
yeah, he a
So it's
bot.
just like I'm just tired, man. I'm about to go to sleep. I'm just came up here to say that. Stop whining. Y'all don't get mad because Tank fans don't do the same thing y'all doing. Oh, y'all need to be more critical. If y'all don't like the fight, stop talking about it. How about that? Don't look at it. If you stop talking about it, don't look at it. Guess what? It'll go away for you.
Somebody passed
It'll
my
leave your
attention.
algorithm.
Somebody passed my attention. Hey, 2 cents. Did you see Alicia Baumgartner?
She looked different, huh?
Yes,
She looked hella different.
bruh.
I was like, what's
who
up
was
with
that?
her? Hold on, but let me
I
get
thought
Sin
she was light
Ironheart.
bright.
Sin Ironheart, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What up with everybody? Except for Hacker. I just want to say that I don't know if these well, I would like to ask one of these butterflies or the Shakur fans, one of the top ranked guys. Like, I don't know if they're Tank haters or Tank lovers because it seems like all the pressure to save boxing is always on Tank. In order to validate their favorite fighter's talent, Tank has to fight them in order for them to be somebody in the sport. Or else, it just seems like everything else is lost. If Tank goes and does an exhibition fight, all of boxing is fucked up, even though he's not the first fighter to do an exhibition fight. And I just find, I find it crazy for people to dislike this man, to have such a heavy sense of reliance, but yet say that they like somebody who is more decorated than Tank, but yet y'all don't put the same pressure on him to uphold the integrity of boxing, to find legitimate fights, to defend belts, to do any of these things that we're holding Tank to. But yet y'all are the same people that think Tank is a circus act, Tank is a hype job, Tank is this, Tank is that. So if Tank is all of that, I don't understand why y'all are so bothered by his moves if you know he's a fraud anyway. But yet the actual fraud, who y'all love so much as the pound for pound queen, whatever, y'all don't put no reliance on him whatsoever. I almost feel like y'all know y'all can't rely on him to save boxing. Like y'all know y'all can't rely on him to clear out a division or give some fights with integrity or something of that sort. But that's just my humble observation. Anybody could take the floor if you
Hello, Local.
So who are you talking about?
If the shoe fit, wear it.
The shoe doesn't fit though.
Then don't wear it, motherfucker, and keep walking.
I don't know what fighters were you
Nigga.
referring to. You just kept saying this and that. I was confused.
I'm not repeating myself.
From Alicia
Anyway.
to Sin's comment.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So do what makes you happy. Because you see this private jet that we on? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion. You know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the fuck you want to do.
But he fought people. That was a fine MF right there.
Yeah,
You
he can
can't.
say that shit now.
Or what he wanted to do was
He
to
do what the fuck he wanted to do in his beginning of his career.
champions out here, man.
Fuck out of here.
I mean, Floyd's fighting goddamn champions. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah, you can do that after you establish yourself.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about it. There's nothing wrong with doing exhibitions, but like when you name those fighters you were talking about, Tucson, a lot of them already fought like who they needed to fight. They already fought champions. The thing about Tank has real smoke, but it's not happening. You know, imagine Shakur, who came from 130, is about to fight Tio. Remember, Tio was part of the original Fantastic Four that Ryan named, right? So in theory, you think that Tank will have been fought Tio already. But Shakur, who's come from 130, who's 135, will now go to 140 to fight Tio. You know, that could have been Tank's fight. You know, so like I get it, you know, like exhibitions happen. I mean, once upon a time, Ali was gonna fight Bruce Lee, right? Like exhibitions do happen. But it's normally when the fighter is at a really good point in their career, like where they've already fought, you know, like George Foreman fought 4 men after he lost to Muhammad Ali. You know, and he was still pursuing a Muhammad Ali rematch, you know. So that's all we're saying, man. I mean,
what you're saying
I hear you, but fuck what you talking about because they about to make the fight.
I mean, yeah, that's what he said.
Make
He
a
told
fight.
y'all,
If you don't have the fans to make the fight, you can't make the fight. That's the
Exactly.
problem. You
It's the
guys
demand for the
saying,
fight.
"Oh, you make the fight when you make the fight when the money's right." You don't turn down free money for nobody. I've never heard you say you would turn down free money if somebody threw it in your face. You wouldn't.
it's not
If
necessarily
somebody told you can go
money.
cold
It's
for a
exhibition,
company
right?
and they'll give you $20 million, you're gonna go do it. Even if everybody's like, "No,
But
you should
guess
stay at
what?
our
You can
company. You
fight.
should stay at
He
your
can
home
fight.
company." No, you're gonna go cold for
fighters
$20
and still
million.
make that money. Remember that. He can actually fight real fighters. Still, y'all act like
He has fought me. He's a 3-division champion. You don't become a 3-division
Whatever
champion
fight Tank fights
without
after
becoming
this fight is going to be bigger after this fight. So I don't even know why motherfuckers is talking. Like if Jake Paul, unless Jake Paul has some freak accident, you know, slip of the fist, and actually catches Tank with something that makes him look less impressive, there's no way that this fight doesn't. There's no way that Tank's next fight doesn't get bigger after this performance. So
look, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is a bigger star than Tank Davis. You know that, right? Jake Paul, after he fought Mike Tyson, who he fight?
Mike Tyson is a legend. His status is going nowhere. You don't even compare that. You don't even compare that to a Tank Davis. He's immortalized in the sport.
Mike Tyson is a bigger star than Tank Davis, brother.
He's immortalized in the sport. You don't even compare the two. You dumb motherfucker. Don't say there ain't nobody else in the sport you can even compare to a Mike Tyson.
What do you want to say?
There ain't nobody in the sport today or after the fact you compare to a Mike Tyson. He has his own status. He's his own celebrity. He's damn near he exists outside the sport.
You're saying because the fight's gonna do so good that it's got to up his status. Well, if that was the case, then what's Jake Paul's status should have been up because he fought Mike Tyson.
No, that doesn't work. We did nobody fucked with.
It doesn't work for Jake Paul, but it works for Tank magically.
But because Tank has a different, you know what I'm saying, has a different and raw boxing fan base. Jake Paul has an entertainment fan base. You know what I'm saying? It's just not. It just doesn't stick as hard as that hardcore fan base that Tank has. And Tank is going to get more fans, more of the hardcore fans from Jake's dumbass fans that's sitting over. He's going to take a couple fans from over there.
You see examples all over, and that doesn't happen. So I don't understand why you even bring
But Tank is a different. That's why Tank got the opportunity that these other bum ass motherfuckers that you crying about not getting the opportunity got. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what are you talking about?
Keep saying that like we care about Shakur. How much money you make? We don't give a damn. That's the difference. We don't give a damn if Shakur get money or not, bro. We want to see him fight the best. And if he don't get the biggest purse, he just don't fucking get it.
And that's the problem.
So why didn't y'all encourage him to take that 25%?
We don't give a fuck about that purse.
So why didn't his fans encourage him to take that 25% to fight Devin for undisputed?
Because that was a whole bunch of he did. He listen, all he did was petition for more money. He would have took the 25 if they wouldn't have, but Devin pulled out. Why did he pull out? He just would petition for more money. If they would have said no, he would might have took the 25. I don't know. I would have urged him to take it. Hell yeah, I would have urged him to take it.
Here's the problem with the petition, and this is the problem. I think the problem that people miss. The problem is that he's only petitioned one sanctioning body, right? Devin had 4 belts, right? So even one sanctioning body says, okay, we can do 50-50. What about the other 3 belts?
That's what going to follow who's ever sanctioning the fight. Because only one sanctions the fight, boxing hacker. That's the stupidest argument I've ever heard. Only one belt sanctions the fight, and it's the fight that he is the highest ranked in. So he whatever belt that he shut up and let me speak. Shut up and let me speak. He's the highest ranked in the WBC. Mm-hmm. He was the highest ranked. So he's going to them. Guess what? If they say he would have got 25%, he would have got 25% for all the belt. Because once you fight, you can't just choose one belt to put on the line. You have to fight for all of the belts. So that's why they have to follow suit.
So once again, nobody has to do anything. That's why it didn't happen.
Oh my God,
that.
bro!
Once again, boxing hacker.
Second,
remember what Shakur said about your boy. He said, "Oh yeah, we not gonna fight. We gonna move out your way." And then people were complaining about him recording that shit. But see, he recorded it because he know they would have lied and said they ain't said it. That's why he recorded that shit.
Here's the thing. You guys complain about that, right? And I'm a big Shakur fan. At that time, I think it was Shakur's best interest to make that fight. The reason being is that you get all the belts at once. That means all roads in that division lead to you regardless. There is no Tank Davis champion. There is no other champion, but everybody must come to Shakur. You know, that's the reality of it. Versus fighting like Edwin De Los Santos, you know, or fighting somebody else, or having one belt, and now you have to try to petition these other fighters to fight you. It made a lot of sense. That 25% might be small, but it came with all 4 belts plus a Ring Magazine belt. What are we talking about?
Money was more important, boxing hacker. All this money was more important. It was more important.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, I'm a huge Shakur fan. Everybody knows that, but it was a bad decision on Shakur.
But again, that's not the fans. And I don't I'm saying personally, damn right, take the damn money. I don't give a shit. Take it because I want to see the fight. That's what, as a fan, that's what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck how much Shakur had to take less to get the fight. Yeah, take the damn fight. And if you don't, you're a bitch.
But nobody was nearly as mad at Shakur for not taking it.
That's my feeling. I don't know about nobody else. I'm saying I don't give a shit about nobody else. I'm saying me. I want to see the fight.
Somebody a bitch or trash or something like that. Y'all wouldn't say it to their face. Stop calling people stuff out.
I ain't gonna say it to their face. Why not say it to their face?
No, you
shit. Of course, I can say it over the internet. I mean, you sound crazy, y'all. Y'all must say it to his face. Of course, but I might say it to his face because if he hit me, guess what? I'm gonna get money. I might get money. Shit. Hell yeah, I might say it to their face. Hopefully, they do hit me.
No, don't do all that. That sounds crazy, but.
Chance to crash out.
That sounds a little crazy, bro.
I'll get that payday.
That's not how to rock it, bro.
I'm just saying it's crazy.
So y'all can agree that the money was more important to Shakur than those accolades.
At that point, yes, it was.
No, but I would say because why didn't Devin let the process play out?
Wait a minute. Where was the extreme outrage and criticism for that?
There was outrage over it. There was outrage on both sides. So there was one side of the fence saying that Devin's underpaid, and there was outrage on the other side that Shakur always messes up deals, right? Because Shakur has a track record of what people will say they outprices himself, you know. But I personally, like I said, at that moment, I think it was just more in his interest. You know, I get it. You know, he felt like he deserved more.
You don't believe more, huh? But Hacker, you don't believe him when he said that what Bill Sr. said? You don't believe that?
What's that?
When he said that Bill said we not gonna fight. Once you come up here, we gonna move back forward.
Here's the thing, I don't know the whole context of that story. I just saw part of that video, right? But I do know that Devin said that he will fight him for 25%. And I do know that Devin's pretty good on his word. I don't remember a time where Devin was like, "I'll fight you for this," and he does, and the other person agrees. It doesn't.
Yeah,
happen.
I agree with you on that, Hacker.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
Devin,
I feel
Devin
like
will fight anybody. I ain't gonna.
yeah,
I ain't gonna hate you.
I don't see Devin as that person to say like, okay, I'll take 25%. Then he says, no, I'm not doing that. I think it was just in his best. Like I said, I get it, but it was in his best interest to take that 25. Because if you do that, you automatically Tank has to fight you. Like all the fights that you want have to happen. Like there's no question. If anybody else wants to be a champion in the division, they have to come to you, or they're just ducking you. You know that. And that's why I think it was a loss for Shakur. Now Shakur ended up fighting like, Dos Santos and Artem. I mean, and granted he beat Zepeda, but he just has one title, The other title that he wants
to Zepeda never even been a champion, so
yeah, and the person he wants to unify with doesn't even want to come to the table. So it's tricky in that regard.
Who else can he unify with?
Wait, who else got that belt?
Who else? Yeah, Boxing Hacker. Who else could you be advocating for him to fight for? Because there's other people with belts he could unify with. So who are those people, Boxing Hacker?
I mean, the major one is Tank. I don't know who has the belt right. Oh, what's his name?
See, this is what I'm talking about right here.
Mortala, yeah, Raymond Mortala.
No, don't read the chat. You don't even.
No, I can't remember.
But, I'm dying laughing. Look, I be on mute, dying laughing in the background the whole time. Man.
No, because I remember Keyshawn dropped his belt. So
niggas be getting cooked left and right.
Shakur beat the shit out of him. Beat the shit out of that dude. Make the fight. Send the contract.
Yeah, but it's regardless of, it's still the same thing. If he has all the belts, all these guys have to come to him.
Name who else can Shakur unify with? Boxing Hacker, Terrence Best Videos. Who else can Shakur unify with at 135? Because Tank about to retire, so who else can he unify with? He gonna wait for Tank drop the belt, fight for the vacant.
He'll have to fight somebody else. Yeah, maybe he'll have to fight. Austin gets the belt.
Keyshawn still got that belt. I thought he was going up to 140.
Keyshawn dropped the belt. I don't know if somebody else has it.
I don't know who got it then.
Keyshawn dropped it. He dropped his belt on the scale.
But whoever got it, I don't know who got that belt. That's who can unify.
Who else can Shakur Stevenson unify with? Because Boxing Hacker and Terrence Best Videos don't know.
Is who Mortala.
Don't sound like all champions are created equal. Niggas must not be important.
Abdullah's not a champion yet, though.
Muratala, so we should be pushing. We should be pushing for the Muratala fight. What's up? That's what we want to see.
Hey, I'm with you. Listen, I'm with you on that.
He going up and fighting Tio. Like, why are you doing all that? Let Keyshawn fight Tio.
Exactly. I don't like that fight. I don't like it at all. I don't want to see Tio get no money. No racist should get no money. So I don't know why he fighting that dude. I don't like it. That's bullshit.
It's a horrible thing.
The Tio fight is a good fight, though. I mean, I don't know why you want to like it.
Who don't like it?
I think Terrence Best Video say he doesn't like it. I think the Tio fight's a really good fight.
I think it's not going to be that entertaining of a fight. That's what I think.
I think. Well, I mean, everybody has their opinion on that. I think that's a really interesting fight for those two Olympians. Really. I think.
Yeah, but Hacker, you saw how they were like sparring. That shit wasn't exciting. It's going to be. You remember them two sparring, and that shit was kind of boring. Just watching them spar.
Boring.
That was a light little clip. You know what I'm saying? Like that could have been a 1 minute interaction, if that. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like high level boxing
like that.
If you're a fan of high level,
why would that be the clip you released though, Sin?
I mean, true indeed. I mean, look, now you know me. I ain't one to defend either one of them motherfuckers. I'm just saying that ain't nothing that you could really put stock into on any facet.
Like, a chess match. Like y'all just standing there fighting.
Hacker, I do like chess matches, but that shit just was ridiculous. They weren't even touching each other, Hacker. And I think that's how it's gonna be. They ain't gonna neither one of them gonna engage with the other one.
I think that fight's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be better than people expect it to be. I think that's gonna be a really good fight. If Shakur wins, that's a big notch on his
who paying for that, Hacker? They still didn't tell us who paying, because we know don't do business with that dude no more.
Turkey's
not paying for that shit. So who paying?
That fight.
You think Turkey's still gonna pay? He told us he ain't fucking with that dude no more.
He gonna get his money back. Turkey gonna try to get his money back. He can't lose on everybody. He got to get his money back from somebody.
He just made a killing with the whole Canelo versus Crawford fight. Did you miss?
I mean, I don't know. I think he might have put up a lot to get. He might have put up a lot to get a little bit. Those were great numbers. Those were great numbers. But what he put up, hold on. Those are great. Those are great. Those are good numbers. Don't get it fucked up. But what he put up to make it happen may not have made for a great return. You know, and
I'm sure he did well. Don't worry, Sid.
I'm not worried about it either way. I'm glad Crawford attached his name to somebody to a bigger fighter. You know what I'm saying? Had another successful pay-per-view. Now let's see if he could be the A side and do the same thing. That's what I'm waiting for.
I mean, we can now safely say he's the face of boxing. I don't know why people are trying to ignore that.
Shut up.
Who's the face?
Right now, he's the only.
Who's the face of boxing? Who's the face of boxing?
Terrence Crawford, and I'll tell you why.
Hilarious, and it's not there. There hasn't been a more laughable. No need to tell why. No need to tell why.
He's not.
There's never been a more laughable face in boxing. There's never been a more laughable face. If he's the face of boxing, then there's never been a more laughable face. That's all I can say.
Why?
Right now, Terrence.
That's all I can say.
Right now, Terrence is the one everybody's talking about. Right now, Terrence is the one that's being compared to the great.
Man, like I said, you ain't a champion until you defend your belts. Defend your belts.
But this is the truth.
Defend your belts. That's where I go with that. Let's talk about it.
Right now. So y'all respect a person just defending their belts and a person that's moving up and fighting.
Defend those belts. I don't want to hear none of that. None of that sweet Nebraska talk. Defend those belts.
Tears, Sin. Keep dropping them tears, man. You know.
What tears, bro? What tears, bro?
He about to go to 160. Yeah,
all these dudes are younger than me. What tears?
Man, listen,
I promise you, I don't confide in none of these niggas. You are a regular civilian boxing hacker. You have to look up the motherfuckers on TV. I don't. We're two different breed of individuals.
So I'm about to go to 160 and be undisputed again. That shit gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I feel like Bud in a real hard place because it's like you're the greatest fighter we've ever seen. Like, who you gonna fight next? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's like you think about Bud, and then it's just like
that's right, man.
So it's like Crawford, I feel like he's in a tough spot to where it's like, who's gonna want to see you fight? We already know you're gonna win.
Well, they don't know that.
He should retire.
He should retire. Like, I mean, he's done. But he's done with boxing. Like, he's completed it. He's finished. He's done what no man has ever done. He's finished. Terrence T. Bud Crawford has finished boxing. We've never seen it done before, but he's finished it.
Yeah. I think he should. Like, he's sort of like, you know how Christian Shields will probably retire too. Like, they've done enough. You know, like at this point in their career, like you can only go to the well so much. You know, he's already 37. You know, like he should just. And this was the biggest fight of his career, I think. And like I said, I love watching Bud fight, but if he retires, he retires. I think that's a good choice for him. Just like Andre Ward retired on top. No matter what people say about Andre Ward, he retired on top. He didn't let the sport retire him because boxing will find a way to retire you if you don't retire on time. You know, so
like y'all said, man, Alicia, I wanted to point that out too, man. She ain't using those steroids no more. My girl looked like a regular woman now. What she was like She-Man.
I just thought she was a light bright. You know,
God damn.
I was like, who is this person?
I didn't know it was her either. I was like, oh shit. And then I looked at the name. Like, oh, that's Alicia.
I was so lost.
God, damn.
Yeah, I was lost, man. I mean,
now you know it's no doubt between her and Carissa. Now that you see her looking like that, Carissa beat the crap out of Alicia,
man. But yeah, I was so confused. I was like, who's that on stage? It's like Alicia Baumgartner. I said, that must be her phone.
Boy, she looks way different.
Who is this person? That's Alicia from Nigeria, man. That's not Alicia Baumgartner. That's Alicia from Alicia from my village.
And that other girl fought. The other girl she fighting had how many fights has she had? I had never even heard of her.
Yo, is this a camera lighting? I don't know. I don't get it. It's gotta be okay. Am I confused? Like Alicia was light skinned. Like she was light skinned. Like maybe this is like a Black Mirror episode. I don't know. I'm so.
You think they cloned her?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just got a tan. Y'all just been in the sun.
I'm talking shit.
Y'all know hasn't she been in Texas training?
Oh no. The muck is gone.
No, listen to me. Hasn't she been in Texas training? She probably got darker from the sun.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, she been out there baking. I ain't going front. I seen her on Instagram. You know, like I don't know how she popped up on my feed, but she popped up there a couple times. You know, for like 3 hours at a time. You know.
I bet her opponent was
follow her sin.
I don't know how she got there. Like I said, it was just my screen was stuck for like 3 hours straight. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know what happened, but yeah, she was in the sun for a minute.
Yeah, she got cooked, man. I get that. Texas must be hot as shit. Golly.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah, Texas hot. You tripping? It's hot as hell out here, bro. And if you in the sun, your tone, especially if you light, you will get dark.
Okay. That makes more sense. I was really I was like, they cloned Alicia.
Nah, she been out here with Derrick James playing in that heat in that sun.
I mean, I get you know,
she's fighting though.
The same thing happens when you go to Africa for a little bit. You come back a little darker, you know. That's why
it's hot as hell out there.
You come back still light. You were meant to be light, you know. You were just meant to be light for good, you know.
It's hot as hell out there, man. My husband used to work out there.
Okay, thanks for bringing clarity, Toussaint, because I was confused.
I had to think about it because I was like, why is she so dark? And I thought she was she was in Texas, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot she was training with Derrick James. Hopefully she looked better this fight than she did her last fight.
Yeah.
As her look?
Huh?
Yeah.
As far as how she looks?
No, it looked better like her fighting. She didn't look good her last fight.
Okay.
She looked like she was just in there swinging, trying to get a knockout. Like she really ain't do no boxing for real.
She boxes really well, though. I think like she really like when you see her box. She keeps her form. I really like her form when she boxes. You know.
And she got that pop. Well, she had it. I need to see it again. I mean, I was hoping they were talking about it's gonna be a big like co-main. I was thinking it was gonna be Alicia versus like Katie Taylor. You know, Savannah. Man, they don't want that smoke. Katie Taylor, both of them get beat up, man. You seen how they looked their last fight? I think they done both of them.
I think Katie Taylor.
All right, so when is this fight? When is the Tank Jake Paul fight? What date? November 14th. And when is the Keith Thurman Fundora fight?
That's in October, right?
I like Keith in that fight, bro.
Yeah, I really like that fight. You know, I'm waiting to see that one. But when
Keith's about to get stopped, y'all.
I mean, that's what I'm betting. I mean, that's what I can see it happen. It's very likely Keith does have knockout power in both hands, but he got a strained punch. And I just think that those straight punches are going to give him a lot of problems, especially with Fundora's range. You know, like, yeah, I just see Keith getting tore the fuck up.
Shout out to JD on the camera.
What up, everybody? Hope y'all doing good. You hear me?
So, Jay.
What up with it?
What you got for the show?
I heard y'all was talking about Tank, man. I think Tank trolling y'all, man. He doing what he's supposed to do for the sport. He's bringing more money. I don't think he's gonna retire. I think the whole premise of what he's doing is to seem like he's disengaged from the sport to garner more like attention to what he's doing. When you go out there and you make a major performance, you say you go back to the drawing board, and then next thing you know, he's giving us a rematch with Lamont Roach, or he's trying to unify the division with Shakur or Raymond Muratalo or Mason, you know, or he moves up to 140. You know, we just gotta wait and see. We don't know what he's gonna do. We can only go by what it is that we know right now.
Exactly.
What we see.
But
What we
normally when
see.
fighters move up in weight
What
like
we
that, they
see.
don't
Nigga,
come back
shut
down.
up, bro. Shut up, bro. God damn.
I'm
I
just
just got up
saying.
here, bro.
Like,
Shut up, bro.
isn't that the thing?
Yeah, bro. We don't care about Devin. We don't care about Shakur. I'm talking about Tank Davis, bro.
No, I said normally when fighters
I
move up
don't
in
care
weight.
what you said, bro. That's the point.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean,
I
you're
don't
just
care
there
what you just saying,
talking
bro.
about he's like a
I was
savior
speaking.
or
I
doing
ain't
some
done.
weird
Shut
stuff.
up,
He's
bro.
probably gonna
You
retire.
fire, bro.
Boxing hacker, let him finish. Go
Like,
ahead.
Okay, it's
goddamn,
done.
bro. Like a irritating baby mother or some shit, bro. Listen, the only thing that matters at this point is that Tank is garnering more fans to the sport. This motherfucker is 5'5". He about to fight a 6'1" nigga again. He gonna beat his ass. Everybody's counting him out. This shit is a cash grab. I mean, Jake Paul is disrespectful as fuck, and he gonna eat his words come November the 14th, and that's that.
Hey, was it me or did Jake Paul not look that much taller than Tank like
Nah,
that?
he doesn't look that much bigger. In fact,
What?
I thought Barrios looked bigger than Tank.
Oh my
You
god.
feel me saying? Like, it's like, did Tank have on some heels or something? Because I'm like, I would
No, he
think
had
the
purse,
difference would be
but
crazier.
no. Jake Paul is a lot
Boxer
taller
Hacker,
than
you're
Tank.
a hater, bro.
He
Why
did have a
does the
purse. What?
fact that
Not
he had a
lie?
purse for what? What does it matter?
She asked,
What does
was
it
he wearing
matter?
heels?
We
I said
talking
no. He
about
had a
height. Why
purse.
you worry about what the nigga got on his hip? What's wrong with you, bro?
No, she
What
asked
is
if he was
wrong with
wearing
you,
heels.
bro?
I said he had a purse.
What's really wrong
No,
with you, bro?
man, stop
You
crying,
bashing
man.
fighters,
Drop-
you bashing
I
fighters
told you,
about
hey,
shit
Tucson, I
that
told
don't
you
got
about
nothing
these
to do
real
with
Tank
you.
tears, right?
This shit don't got nothing to do with you,
Hey,
bro.
Jake
It
Paul
don't matter
said,
what he wear,
I
bro.
mean, this dude went there. I mean,
That
right,
shit don't
wait,
matter. That
right.
shit do not
no,
Anyway,
matter.
no,
like I
Jake
was
Paul is way
saying, let me
taller,
see.
bro.
It did. Let me pull it up. Let me see if I
Yeah,
got
pull
it.
it up. He was way taller. He was humongous.
He wasn't humongous though. That's what I'm saying. I thought he would be.
Maybe you're
quote
looking at when
unquote.
he got in his fighting stance. Look at when he stands straight up next to Tank.
Man, listen. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, pull
Bro,
it up real
he's
quick.
6 foot tall. He ain't that big. He's not a tall dude. He's not that
How tall is
tall.
Tank, bro?
Tank is 5'5".
Okay, let's see.
Barrios was how tall? How tall was Barrios? Let's
I
see.
thought Barrios was 6'1".
Wait, it's 2 cents. You wasn't supposed to say nothing. We supposed to let
Oh,
his dumb ass
okay.
figure it out.
My bad.
How tall is Jake?
Okay,
Really?
we'll see. Let's see if he's
How
not
tall
that.
is he? No.
I
We
mean,
not
she's
about to
about to
see
put it up,
nothing. We
bro.
about to see if you
We're
know.
about to see. Don't
How tall
drop
is
any
Jake
tears
Paul?
to me, bro.
How tall is Jake Paul? How tall is he?
I don't know.
How
He
tall
looks
is he?
tall. I don't know how tall he is. Let me look up for you.
You don't know. I
Jake,
don't need
yeah,
you
I
to
don't
look it
know.
up. I know
I
already.
know he looks way taller than
But you
Tank.
don't know. You don't know. You
He's
speculating
6'1".
shit.
Jake
Not
Paul is
6'1".
6'1".
He's 6 feet tall, even.
No, he's 6'1", bro.
He's 6 foot. We not
Google it.
bros. Don't do that.
I just
He's
Googled it.
6
You can
feet.
Google it yourself.
He's
He's
6
6'1".
feet flat.
He's 6'1",
It's a
Captain.
fact. How's he 6'1" and
It's
Barrios is
not a
taller than
fact
him?
because he's
How?
6'1".
How?
All right. So
Barrios is
look.
6'1", bro.
Let's see it.
Yeah. See. Let me see.
Him and Barrios not the same height at all.
Oh my god.
He's smaller. He a small 6'1", and his arm reach ain't that long.
Look at it right there,
Neither.
Toussaint. When this do face to face, you don't look that tall.
That nigga arm reach is not that long. So,
All right.
All right. So look. This is not like this. Just not like the size difference I pictured inside my head though.
right.
Yeah,
He was supposed to be
he's
a
tall as
giant.
shit.
He's supposed to look like Logan Paul did to Floyd. That's what he was supposed to do. He's supposed to be Goliath for real. But
y'all saw what Floyd did to Logan, right?
But Tank's not
Terrence
Floyd.
up here. See, Terrence, let me say something to you. I can
Tank's not.
tolerate you. Terrence, I
And
can tolerate
Tank
you.
better than Floyd. Fuck out of here.
Terrence,
Oh my god. Here
Terrence,
we
I
go.
can tolerate you more as a Bud fan than I can tolerate Boxing Hacker as a Devin Haney fan. I just wanted to tell you that.
Oh, appreciate that.
All right. So look. Does that look like he's that much taller than Tank, or am I tripping?
No.
Yes.
No.
He's taller than Tank.
No.
Chat, what
You're
you
not
think?
tripping.
Let me know and drop it
He's
below.
the tallest person in the whole picture. Right next to the dark skinned brother. Right next to him.
Guess what? When Devin fought
Versus
somebody
the
his
shortest
size,
person
he
in
got
the whole
knocked
picture.
out, right?
Huh?
When Devin fought somebody his size, he got knocked out, right?
I don't understand. No, Devin's never been knocked out.
Yeah, he did.
Devin never got knocked out. What are you talking about?
No, he did.
All right, so y'all telling me Jake Paul looked that much taller than Tank?
Yes.
Not in that picture, no.
When they did the face to face,
This
it
why I
looked
fuck
like
with Terrence. He's being rational. That's crazy.
Somebody
2
said
Cent, play the face to
Tank
face.
had on Jordans and Dunks. What'd you say, Terrence? Best videos?
I said not in that picture.
2
No,
Cent,
no.
2
But it
Cent, play
don't
the
matter
face to
because
face.
he's not going to get close to Tank. I don't know. This is just like, of course, Tank is going to beat this guy up. I don't even know why. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, y'all
Crazy
can't be
work.
so sure. Like that's a, like he ain't no small
Mm.
dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Tank got the skill to do it, but like niggas is grown men. Motherfucker could
But he
get
go,
hit with
but Stan, how
some
you going to
loose
get
shit.
close to Tank? You think he's
You
going to
know.
be able to get close to Tank
I
to
mean,
lay on him or
I'm
anything?
just not gonna say it's completely cut dry. Like shit don't
So
happen.
But
so
that's my
so wait,
problem.
I don't know.
How is he going to get close to Tank? Because Tank going to be target
Look,
Man,
practice tonight.
man, Jake Paul finna be in the ring like
He gonna be spooked.
that's what I expect to
Look at
happen.
him.
That's what I expect to
Going
happen
slow.
9 times out of 10. 99, but like
It's
you know,
slow as hell.
99%. But then there's always that one weird ass percent that can happen. You know, like
Nah, bro,
dog,
that's crazy.
you can get caught up at the food line, man. Somebody can end up whooping your ass over there. You won the championship the night before. Got into it with somebody checking the mail or some shit. Like, I mean, no, motherfuckers is grown men. Everybody don't fight just on TV. And Jake Paul could like that's a big punch. That's a big punch.
It
You
could
know, so
land
I ain't
hard.
saying Tank
It
just gonna
is,
go out.
though.
I ain't
I
saying
just
Tank
don't.
is gonna go out. Like I don't I'm not in that fantasy world where I think motherfuckers is just gonna go straight to sleep or nothing like that. But I know that he does have some work cut out for him. You know, he like Paul. I don't see Jake Paul just going out off of one big punch. He's gonna have to hit this nigga probably a couple more times.
I mean, Jake Paul gets so winded and gassed out though. I could see him dropping from a punch in the later
And they
rounds.
said,
He's so
I
tired.
mean, the later rounds, yeah, for sure.
I see that nigga get
It's
hit with
gonna
a
be
body
like, but
shot.
yeah, I
Hold on,
wanted to go.
y'all.
I
Check
wanted
out
to
the
go
drop.
well. I seen.
On my way to Vegas. September 13th, we going to take. Yeah, no silver spoons. No silver spoons. 3-time undisputed champion on the way. You don't get no better than that. Let's go make history.
Why 2 Cents keep trolling with this video?
Yo, that shit is so fucking ugly, yo.
Why you keep trolling 2 Cents?
I like that video. What you mean?
You a troll, fam.
Shit ugly as fuck.
You a
He put that
troll.
on his Twitter page. What you mean? I got that from his page.
Respectfully, you a troll.
I got that
You're a
from his
troll.
page. What is you talking
Yeah,
about?
You are a troll.
He
sadly,
posted that.
You
He
are a
posted that.
troll.
this
You're
man
a
has
troll.
the swag of a dustpan, yo.
I
That's the
like that
face of
video.
boxing, people. The face of boxing.
Yo,
Yeah,
the swag of a dustpan is wild. That's crazy.
The face of
yeah.
boxing.
they
Stands good
said,
boxing.
Corny ass nigga,
Christian
man.
He said
James
that.
Corny ass
He
nigga,
said he
man.
got
size
the
of the
dirt on the
gloves.
ground. He said he got the swag of the dirt on the ground. That's crazy, yo.
Who's
Yo.
that?
Man.
Who's
The container, man. The actual container that holds the dirt on the ground.
Oh my God.
Did
Hey,
they
Tuesday,
have
wait.
Christian change the
Yeah,
Shadow
that
size
shit
of the
boxing?
funny as
gloves?
hell. That shit funny. As soon as Jake try to throw this hook,
That's slow that dude is. Come on, man. Stop.
I
This
mean,
is
that's what I expect
ridiculous.
to happen, yo. But I don't want to see no stupid shit happen, and all these clown ass niggas like hacker be like, "See, I told y'all that's what he get for ducking Roach." Now,
Yeah, that would
now
be
he got to
funny.
rematch Jake Paul. now he got to go for a trilogy. You know what these?
hey,
I could just,
Davis,
I could just hear the talk.
Davis, Jake Paul trilogy might generate $1 billion fucking dollars. That shit crazy.
It's gonna be a Tank trilogy, a
They
Tank
have
Jake
like
Paul
5 or
trilogy.
6 fights. They have like 5 or 6 fights. Fighting every week.
Oh shit.
You see how
Motherfucker.
bad this shit can go? I seen some strange shit happen in boxing, yo. Like these motherfuckers will come around, and you know that they'll push it. These
Oh my
fans have
God, bro.
these weird ass fans have power now. People like Boxing Hacker. There's millions of boxing hackers out there,
Oh
and they
my
got the
fucking
internet now.
God.
So these niggas got power. We can't let this shit happen, man. We got to keep our eyes open to all the bullshit.
They were trying.
Nah, that
Wait,
shit
listen. Did
crazy.
they
That would
change
be
the size of the glove?
Oh, see, Stefan said I seen it on his Instagram. See, he seen the video on Instagram. How am I a troll when I got it from him?
But you be playing that shit just to fuck with
You a
puff
troll because
ass
you
stuff.
reposted it. Yeah, you
What's them?
playing that shit. You
What's
a
them
troll.
shits on
You
his
a troll.
back,
That's
yo?
why you play. You like,
What's
look at this nigga.
what's them
Look at this
tits with
nigga
no nipples on
with
his
his
back?
pink titties. I gotta repost this. That shit crazy.
Hey, I
Look at
got a
this
bunch of
bullshit
drops.
here. Y'all see
Listen,
this
listen.
shit?
I got a bunch of drops I be
You
dropping.
know, it's crazy because where I'm from, they say BTA, belt the ass. But I tell them I'm the buckle. It hurt more.
That's right, buddy. Hey, 2 Cent. You get
Man, you don't get the
sorry
fuck
because
out of here,
Tank
man.
during his press
What's that
was
swag I
way
was talking
worse.
about?
Man.
What's
Let's
that
talk about
swag I was
Tank's press
talking about?
conference, all the statements he was making. Tank was legendary corny during that press conference.
Tank always corny during the press conference.
Oh, okay, just
Nigga,
no,
Devin
he's not.
corny in real
Yes,
life,
he
bro.
is.
He was a
Devin
different
corny in
level.
real
Like
life.
Jake Paul was like
Devin corny in the ring.
cooking him.
He corny in the ring in real life, in the jailhouse,
Bro,
everything.
listen,
With his
JD,
baby
We
mother
ain't
talking to
go
the
about
cop,
that.
everything.
all these real Tank tears you're dropping ain't gonna work on me, bro.
All it
Keep
takes is
crying
for
for the
Devin to
rest
get
of
his
your life.
ass whooped. He gonna
2
sue
Cent,
everybody.
2 Cent, the
He
dude
gonna
that
sue
They got
everybody.
y'all hurt. I love this shit. I love
He
hearing
gonna
y'all
sue
complain about this
everybody.
shit.
yeah. Yeah, it was
Because
I mean,
y'all favorite fighter's not validated right now. You still crying about Shakur not getting the opportunity, this person not getting the opportunity, that person not getting the opportunity because you're not sure
that's
of
all. I
the
mean, he's not.
you're not sure of the guys you see kicking your ass right now. I mean, you see them kicking your ass for sure, but
Listen, all I'm
you
saying
want to
is
see if
Shakur
they
and
could
Tank
beat Tank.
fight. Tank don't
Hold
want
on,
to
y'all.
fight.
Hold on, y'all.
What else
Shout
can you
out
say?
No
He's gonna
Cap
fight Theo.
on the
Theo's a really good fight.
panel.
Oh
What
shit,
up,
no
no
cap
cap?
on here.
What
Oh
up, no
shit.
cap?
Yeah.
No Cap, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
First off, I'm rolling down the street, smoking Canelo, sipping on gin and juice. Yeah. Saying Lionheart,
They
what you
say he
like?
gonna whoop
How
his
you like
ass.
them
Good shit.
apples? You thought I
Who
forgot
hard?
about you? No, you better get this work, boy.
Yeah.
Talking all that shit
Why
about
y'all
Bud the
coming
face
at me like I'm a Canelo fan? Why is it?
You was talking about. You said he had no chance. It was ridiculous.
Nah. See what I did say. In fact, what I said is, in order for him to win, we had to see a version of him we never seen before.
That's what he
That
showed.
was present.
Yeah.
That was
That
present.
was
Now,
that
I
was
can't, nah,
ridiculous. That was
I
regular
can't
Bud.
knock the performance. That was
shit
the
was
first.
clinic. I'm not
That
gonna
was the
lie.
first. Yeah, that was the first intelligent. That was a very good performance for
That shit
Terrence
was a
Crawford.
clinic, bro.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
the
that.
first great thing I seen a Nebraskan do. Like the first good thing I seen a Nebraskan do ever.
You ain't been watching boxing for too long.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
Bud been
saying?
doing shit like that.
I've been watching
The main
boxing.
reason I knew he was gonna watch was the
That shit
fist
he
fight
does
because
is
the way he was
that shit
able
he
to
does is
protect the
regular.
body against Spence.
That's why y'all so happy
His
about
defense
it.
on the inside was good against Spence, and I knew Canelo wouldn't be able to do shit.
Anybody would have beat Spence that night. Anybody would have beat
No, he
Spence.
wasn't.
Why y'all? Anybody would have beat Spence
Oh
that night.
my God.
That was a compromise
Spence in his own
Spence.
game. He did the Earl to Earl.
Crawford's
Same thing
coach
he did to
said
Canelo to
Spence was
Canelo.
not his. Crawford's coach said Spence was not himself
No, he
that night.
wasn't. Derrick James said nothing was wrong with him. He on video saying that.
No, Victor Conti said not to take nothing but from
Nah, we
Crawford.
gotta leave that alone. We gotta leave that beat. Now we can't do that.
Come on, man. Why y'all keep rehashing the same arguments over and
Earl
over?
Spence.
But you know, they ain't gonna sit here and act like Spence. They ain't gonna sit here and act like Spence ain't the reason why we talking about Crawford right now. These same niggas act like Spence is trash, but Spence made Crawford who he is.
Spence ass is why we
Spence
talking about
made
him. But you ain't
Crawford
never
who
give him
he
the
is,
respect.
and he
You
fought
got
a
to give him the
compromised version of him.
Respect that man. Respect the face of boxing. Respect the baddest man on the planet.
Hey man, look,
Respect
I
the
ain't
baddest
got no
man on the
respect
planet.
for him, bro. I ain't got no respect for
You
him,
gotta
bro. You know
respect
what
the
I'm saying?
baddest man
Niggas
on the
got
planet.
respect
You
who?
gotta respect the baddest man on the planet.
The face of boxing.
Respect what?
The baddest
To
man on the
who?
planet for the first
To
time is
who?
not a heavyweight. It's Terrence
To
Crawford.
who? Man, you crazy. I slap the shit out of the baddest man on the planet. You
To the
stupid.
UFC, even the UFC fighters bow down to him. He going to the UFC
Hey,
facility and train the UFC fighters, and he a boxer, and they all
nah,
kiss his
nigga.
ass. They don't want no smoke with this nigga.
Hey, yo, I
I'll
don't
pay
care
They all
about
Canelo
none
talk
of
to
crazy
that
to
train
this
for
nigga.
bullshit,
Canelo.
man.
We can't
I don't
ignore
care about
that.
none of that
You
weak
always
shit.
boxer going to that UFC facility and hold it down,
No
bro.
cap, no cap. Somebody say you was cutting up on the boxing voice. What you was doing over there?
I was sitting on this because he was hating on
Oh yeah,
Robert
he was
Townsend,
talking
nigga, and
hella
I had to
shit.
bust out that 5 heartbeats on that nigga. And tell him that nigga, I told him when Bill come back on, that they gonna be coked out singing that nice like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this nigga funny as fuck. This nigga funny. Hey, no cap, no cap. Hey, no cap. I gotta tell you, I gotta give you your props like I gave Terrence his props because I picked Canelo to win by a stoppage. But I also said, I'm not sure if any of y'all was over there, but I had talked to KO about this shit. I said I got Canelo by stoppage, right? But if Canelo don't stop Terrence Crawford, he gonna get his ears boxed off. I did say that. I didn't say it over here, but I said it to KO. And
Man,
that's
Canelo
exactly
look
what
like
happened.
trash in that fight. Like, what are you doing?
Canelo look like a fucking amateur.
No, didn't look like. Hold up, guys. Hold up.
Nah.
He look like
Canelo
an
looked like he
amateur.
always looked
Blood
like.
Crawford was just better, y'all. That's all it
He
was.
was looking for a big punch.
Terrence had the highest volume he's ever had that night.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the best Crawford that was ever in the ring.
Two versions of Terrence you can't beat. That one and the one that beat up Arrow. And I'm an Arrow fan.
Right? Yeah, I slapped shit out of both of them. Fuck out of
You
here.
ain't gonna slap shit out nobody. We can
Fuck
spar.
out
We
of here.
get
That
we can
nigga
get in the
soft.
ring. You
You
ain't about to slap shit out me. I don't know what you
That
talking
nigga
about.
soft. He'll do y'all like that. Never me.
Yeah, nah, whatever. Nigga. You ain't about to smack me, but yeah.
I mean, for niggas that see him like that.
I think that version of Bud and the one that fought Arrow, them two, nobody beats right now. Now, as for Boots, though, because no cap, you was up there and they was talking about Boots, right? So
you said talking about Boots when
they at Wyatt. Oh wait, you was on the Boxing Voice. Wyatt Sim was talking about Boots, and they was touching on a point that Terrence Crawford, if he really wanted to make history, Boots need to get a belt, and he actually he dropped the WBA. But if Terrence still had that WBA, him and Boots could have unified.
Man, Terrence keep telling y'all he not
Boots
fighting.
ain't got a belt.
He's scared to death of that man, yo. Like that man is scared. Y'all sit trying to find belts to lure Terrence over there to get hard. That man ain't got no.
I got 2 more points to make. That's something I don't think that he would ever do. There's 2 fighters in the world I don't think Crawford will fight at all at this point in his career. It's too high risk. It's David Benavidez and it's Jerome Boots Ennis.
Boots is too small.
That's why
now,
he's going to 160.
Yeah, is too big.
He's going to 160.
No, I disagree. Crawford watched Boots.
Yeah, I think Crawford.
I'm gonna be real. He did Boots a favor, dog. Boots had the experience.
That man said immediately. They asked for Jerron Ennis. That man said nope.
Like, because he do nothing for his career. What he gained from beating Jerron Ennis? What he gained from beating Jerron Ennis, bro? He just beat Canelo for all the belts. What he gained from fighting Jerron Ennis? What did he gain from fighting Jerron Ennis, dog?
What did he gain from fighting?
That man scared.
This the reason why
he could go back. He can unify 60 to a 5 division, 4-time undisputed.
Gotta go chill out, bro.
If Benavidez go to 68, Bud beating him too.
Hold on, no cap. Let JD finish.
This the reason why I'm saying it, because Boots, if you notice, he was in camp. I have no doubt he put hands on Canelo, just the way Bud did. But the difference was he was switching in that motherfucker.
No, wait. So somebody from Canelo's camp said that Boots couldn't keep up.
I don't believe shit you say, bro.
So I just
Yo Hernandez said that.
Yo Hernandez. Another one, Canelo's sparring partner came out and said Boots was the one.
So with that being said, no cap, that's why I feel that way. I just don't think that
Boots said Canelo the highest IQ fighter he been in there with, and we saw what Canelo did to Bud.
And Canelo said
we saw what Bud did to Canelo, so we know who IQ is superior.
So I mean, like,
you know, Boots still got the experience from Crawford. That's that's what it is. Benavidez can't make 68 no more. If he go down to 68 and fight Bud, he gonna be drained and he gonna lose. So 160, I think if Bud beat Janabek, I'll put him over Floyd to go. If Bud go to 160 and beat Janabek, I'll put him over Floyd.
I don't think Janabek's team gonna fight him.
You tripping?
That would
I
be
don't think he'll
crazy.
fight
I
Janet
mean,
back at all.
Not crazy with these names y'all
I
coming
see
with,
him.
talking about putting him over
I see.
Floyd, with Floyd, around Floyd.
If he
Y'all
go to 160 and
hilarious,
beat
man.
Janabek
Nah.
and be
Janet
undisputed at
Beck is
160,
Y'all
unified.
that's
niggas
four
is
times
crazy,
Nah,
man.
Come
Janet
on,
Beck is
bro.
unified.
It's
because
undeniable.
Janet Beck is
145,
unified. Listen.
undisputed
Janet Beck is
140,
unified,
undisputed
and then he
144,
fight
title
Carlos Adames, and
154.
then Lara. That's
He'll be
easy
unified
undisputed run.
160,
Oh my
undisputed
goodness.
160.
Yeah,
Yeah, what are you talking
I
about?
can't
That's
talk because this
crazy
guy
work.
is
To me,
Y'all
Janabek better than
niggas.
Triple P to me. He
Y'all
just ain't got
speak.
the marketed
Y'all
promotion,
speak
dog.
with the voice of 1,000 migraines. Y'all niggas is
When you
crazy,
talk about
man.
nah.
everything, you need to be humble right now. You need to take some Canelo cinnamon challenge, put it in your mouth, and keep quiet.
Yo,
He cooked
chill,
you. He
man.
cooked you already. You ain't
Yeah,
got no
man. Chill,
ground to
no
stand
cap.
on.
What
Hey,
the
yo,
fuck,
listen.
man?
He beat
Canelo got
Janet
washed,
Beck.
bro.
Man,
We turned him into. We had him doing a stanky
hey,
leg.
yo, but
This
yo,
Listen.
look,
nigga do a
Who
hit.
is
This
that
nigga looking
nigga?
around, making some
Crawford.
Jay-Z
If
faces when he hear
Crawford
beats
beat
and shit after
Canelo
getting
just
hit by
as
Hold on,
Crawford,
fragile as
bro.
Crawford to me, bro.
if
one mic.
If Crawford beat Janet Beck, bro, it's only two other champions. Lara is not a challenge for Crawford.
Laura
I'm
is
sorry.
44
My
years
goodness.
old.
Lara is not a challenge. Carlos Adames,
You'll
Bud
do
already
crazy.
sparred him. And if you watch that sparring, Bud was walking Carlos Adames down till they got in the middle of the ring and started trading. I don't think Carlos Adames could trade with Bud in the middle of a ring now, bro.
Listen, Bud, nobody gonna beat Bud. He might as well just retire.
The only threat he got is Jenny Beck. If he go to
He gonna have
160,
to go fight. He gonna have to go up to heavyweight. That's the only way he gonna be challenged.
I don't agree with that, but I know that Jenny Beck is the only threat.
The only person who can
He's
beat,
Bud.
only Floyd can
I
beat
want to
Bud if he
see
come
him
out of
fight one of
retirement.
them niggas that's calling him out. I want to
Yeah,
see him
Floyd
fight
get
one
on.
of them niggas that's
next,
calling
Floyd.
him out. One of them
Janet
niggas
Beck
that's calling
he's
him
not
out.
fighting
Floyd.
Usyk next. I don't want to see it. Shout
No,
out
yeah,
to
exactly.
I think Benavidez beat Bud. I'm sorry, I think so.
What's your
But
two
I
cents
don't think. I
for the
think Janet Beck is the only one that's a threat, my nigga. For
Feet
real.
too slow, JD. Feet too slow.
Jude, what's your
You
2 cents?
sure?
What you got for the show?
Hey, I really don't got much. I'm listening to y'all cook.
Juke, what up, Juke?
Hey y'all. So we talking about Bug going to 160. I feel like what? Oh my god! So every time it's so funny. I just got off the phone with my dad like an hour ago, and like, old school folk. Like what he's like, oh, the 160 used to be the pride division and blah blah, and 160 is just fallen so far. But I will say, like skill wise, I feel like the biggest challenge skill, like if we just looking at skill wise for him at 160 would have been Lara. Only because Lara, I feel like he's the most well-rounded skill guy, but he's older now, so he won't get the true new Lara. So that's the only thing that sucks. I'm not saying Janet Beck isn't good, but like old school Lara would have definitely because one thing I can say about Bud, he hasn't fought anyone like that.
He would
Man,
have
Bud
cooked.
gonna cook Laura. He
But it
gonna
would have
cook Laura.
fuck out
No,
of
I
here.
I
mean,
He
like
ain't never in
Laura.
his
I like
life.
Laura.
Laura would have
Like
He's a
beat the
good
shit
Laura.
out of him,
boxer.
boy.
Like
He
that,
gonna
like,
cook
look,
Laura, man.
Laura's
Now
a
I think
his
good
that's
best
boxer,
next.
chance.
though. Y'all gotta give him that.
I
Now's
Y'all
think
his
that's
follow
best
his
next.
chance.
Griffith
I'm
Danny.
talking
I
about.
think
My
that's
fault, Juke.
next, man. I think he gonna cook Laura. I think that's next. I think he gonna cook Laura, take the
I
belt.
mean,
They
yeah, he
about to
might
unify.
now. Again, the whole
Yeah, he'll
point
try
of
it now.
promotion,
Cause him and
maybe
Adamas is a
now.
bigger fight. Remember, they got history. They sparred. That shit was really talked about. Him and Bud.
But this is the thing. Like
Bud
we
was
saw.
140
Okay, let me just
when he
tell you something
sparred.
about the
I'm
sparring
sorry.
thing. We let the sparring thing go because we said that Frank Martin beat the hell out of Tank in sparring, and then we saw the
No,
fight. And then
that shit's on
so
camera, Juke. It's on Juke. It's
it
on
don't
camera.
matter if it's on. Listen to me. This is what I'm saying. It does not matter if it's on camera. Floyd is known to have lost every sparring match he's ever had. So has Bivol. So has Bivol.
Wait, what?
I don't know about
Every
Yeah,
that.
sparring match.
yeah, yeah. Now you right.
Nah, I
You
see
right.
some of
Floyd,
them
Now
matches.
you right.
even
You
real
right.
Floyd
sneaky.
done
Hold on,
embarrassed
y'all
me.
let Juke
Now
Floyd's
you right.
talk.
embarrassed
Y'all
My
let Juke
fault.
talk.
You right, Juke.
Do
You
your
right.
thing, Juke.
So
You right,
all I'm
Juke.
saying is that, like, when it comes to sparring stories, we gotta remember, like, the problem with fans being so hyped up on sparring is that it ruins the ability for fighters to challenge themselves in sparring because we're so ready, like, oh, he lost his sparring match. If I want to try a new approach and I'm not used to fighting in that approach and I lose that sparring battle, y'all gonna run to the internet and talk about how someone lost that sparring battle when it doesn't matter because they might be trying out something new. So, for example, if I am a orthodox fighter and I want to try being a switch hitter or a southpaw, and I lose that battle. Oh, he beat him up. Like y'all are I feel like fans are too thirsty to report on sparring. According to rumors, Floyd has never won a sparring match in his life. Like that's what I don't care. I don't care. And again, I'm saying stylistically, Lara might be the best like competitive matchup for Bud. Based on who he was in his prime, I will say Lara doesn't move as much as he used to, and he kind of like he uses his ability like putting more power on his punches. So yeah, he might beat Lara, but I'm just saying the skill wise, that might be his best competition. I would love to see Bud go at 160, right? 160 is kind of hollow right now. I feel like the best competition at 160 was Jamal Charlo, but he's moved up. So I feel like this is my opinion. I feel like at this point, everyone's just doing too much to chase accolades. I feel like everybody's like certain specific accolades, right? Because I feel like defending your title used to be an accolade as well. And I feel like everybody's trying to chase these particular accolades and say, "Oh, I did this and I had this jump speed." What I feel like if Bud want to be with it, I would love to see him defend his undisputed title. Do something he's never done. Defend his undisputed title. That would be bigger to me than going down.
I disagree.
And I know you. Of course you do. Because of course
I'll tell you why.
Of course you do. Because my thing is that and that be right. I'm saying it would mean more because it's easy. Like at 160, we're already saying the best skilled person is old. We got Janabek, and who's the only person Adames who's okay. Like we're already admitted
that's
there's not a lot of
perfect for Bud, Jude. That's perfect.
Right. And so the criticism of Bud right now is that he's finding the perfect situation.
He always do.
He's not defending this house he has. And that's what we're getting away from. That's why boxing has lost its luster. There was a time where people defended their titles. The reason why Marvin Hagler goes down as the greatest middleweight of all time is because he defended that title time and time again. And to me, defending your title is higher than, I'm going to go up when it's convenient to fight. I'm not saying Bud did that. I'm not saying that. However, it's easier to maneuver with more belts versus I don't care who comes in his division, you're not getting past me, bro. That's a bigger statement. Wait.
Versus hiding in the corner waiting on somebody else to go.
Bud has already defended his title at 147.
No, but he has never defended his title.
Let her go.
He has never defended. I'm saying if he wants to do something different, he has never, and that's the problem with, and everybody keep complaining about boxing. The problem is that it's all about a race to like just get like everybody's trying to get to certain paperwork and acknowledgement versus like the reason why Tommy Hearns, Sugar Ray Leonard, even Floyd are deemed as higher. It's because it wasn't about skipping around to get certain accolades to say, well, I got more accolades than that person. No, they fought the absolute best consistently. And to me, defending your titles does that.
He defended his title.
Like Joe Louis, for example, Joe Louis is known as having the most championship defenses in history, right? Heavyweight. That means something. No one is going to ever surpass him. Ever, because people are going to hop around. So I'm just saying, but now I don't have a problem with Bud going to 160 and doing his thing. He can then say I'm 4/5. He can then say I'm 4/5. He can then say I'm 4/5 division undisputed champion. Yes, but what I'm saying is that the boxing public is, with more and more knowledge, are starting to realize that some of these accolades are hollow. So I'm just saying, I would think as a Bud, if you really want defend, you got undisputed, defend it. I think that would age better than going to 160. I'm not saying I'm against him going to 160, but I think him defending the undisputed titles at 168 would be a bigger like that because that's something he's never done. I think that
Right,
was.
but he don't need to do
He
that because
defended
Now,
a
Juice,
he
title
just came
before.
with
What
two
do you
weight
mean have
classes.
to
He's not
defend
even
a
in his
title?
real weight class.
He
Hold on, y'all.
defended a
JD
title at
wanted to
147 multiple
respond.
times.
JD wanted to respond. Go ahead,
Yeah,
JD.
like I don't understand
Let
when you
me
say
go
he's
after
never defended
JD.
a title before.
now,
And it's
now,
always
Juice.
bigger to win
I
championships
want
than to
to. I
defend.
want to.
That's just
Yo, nigga,
historically
be
true.
quiet. Goddamn, you ain't hear the host, bro. Goddamn, bro.
I mean, I don't know. I just had to say Buzz defended a title
You ain't hear
before.
the. I don't care what you want to say. Did you hear the host? I'ma go,
Yeah.
then you go, then Terrence go. All right,
Go ahead.
Juke. This is what I'm gonna say. For the exact reason that you just said that it would age well, I have to disagree because being undisputed and fighting those guys, you said, right? We got to look at the landscape. Janet Beck is the most dominant champion there. He knocks out everybody. He's more dangerous. He's a top-ranked fighter. It's gonna be easy for Bud to get that fight, bro. And then you have Carlos Adames, right? Carlos Adames, right, is a guy that Terrence Crawford has history with. History of standing in the pocket with him. If you go back and you watch that sparring footage, and you look at the comments, all they was talking about is, man, Bud is a dog. Man, Adames, he's a big puncher. And Bud stood in the pocket. They was trading like two like wild dogs. You ever see two dogs fight? They bite the shit out of each other. That's what it looked like. And then you have Lara. Now, this is just my argument. But in that order, that's the way I would go because it creates a good history for Bud. Janet Beck, most dominant, unified champion. Bud knocks him off first. Adames, he had history. He proved he the best. He beat Adames. And then Lara, this is the thing about Lara. Arguably, who do we say that Lara beat? Canelo. So why would I not put both Canelo's scalp on my resume and Lara on my resume? I want to put them both on my resume because now there's no question about who's the better fighter. And I'm just as old. I'm older than Canelo, and Lara is older than me. But Lara's still doing what he's doing and still a champion, knocking niggas out. You know what I'm saying? He's still Lara to an extent. So that's good. It might not be what we want, but if we're talking about, accolades not being that important, then what's the least important? Me going and defending the titles against guys I really shouldn't be up there with,
but they important to him
myself.
though. They're important.
Well,
wait. I'm not done.
Okay.
It's the last part. You got it.
Okay.
The last part is that at the end of all that, he will do something that nobody in the sport has done besides Clarissa Shields. In fact, he might have surpassed her. He'll be four-time undisputed.
Okay, but this is the difference. But right, I hear you. So basically, okay, if the goal is just to say, I did this and you didn't do it, I'm gonna find a strategic way to do things that someone else didn't do, fine. According to some people, he's done that already. Then fine. I'm saying to have something that to me he hasn't done that also doesn't ring hollow. I get it, but you admit yourself that your way it just isn't like. I mean, I'm not against him going to 160 and doing his thing. My thing is he could have did that before he got to 168. He didn't because he realized that Canelo was a bigger name and he thought that was a bigger fish for him to take down, who maybe was, I don't know, didn't look himself. Maybe that was already criticism. So what I'm saying is if you're saying you're really like, again, undisputed. Okay, let me start fresh. Undisputed used to mean something. It's supposed to mean undisputed at a weight class. It's supposed to mean you are the absolute best at that weight class, and no one else at that weight class can mess with you.
But that's what you be doing.
I did not interrupt you, brother. I promise you I did.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. You got it. My bad.
I'm next, JD.
Undisputed is supposed to mean, and this is why I feel like everyone doing this maneuvering trick and going up and then coming down and dropping the belts and going up and coming down. You're diluting the belts. Y'all want the belts to count for something, but you're simultaneously diluting the importance. Being undisputed in any division is supposed to mean that you beat everyone in that division and you are the absolutely best at that division. And if there's any further question, I'm going to defend my belt to that division. So that's why when people are saying, well, I don't understand why they're not considering the best ever, they were undisputed. The reason why is because undisputed stopped meaning that. And people just started doing things to get the title at different divisions. For example, but I'm not done.
JD, I'm next, bro.
I'm after you.
The difference is that, there's a time when there was only 1 or 2 belts, so you had to fight the gauntlet to become undisputed. Now you can just wait it out. Okay, this person got that belt. That person, okay, I'm gonna jump up and fight. That's the difference. That's why everyone's undisputed doesn't hold the same weight. Canelo, okay, and I'm not saying Bud did his thing. Canelo, he got undisputed. I'm saying to me, him defending undisputed, weight at 168, because now you didn't prove. Okay, you beat Canelo. That is, but everyone in that division, stylistically, doesn't fight like Canelo. That's the whole purpose of why there was a time where defending your titles meant something. That's why they track how many title defenses you have, because it's showing I went up against 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different guys since then or before then to defend my titles, and I still reign supreme. We're not getting that. We're getting one-stop shop. I'm going to fight this one person this one time. I'm undisputed. I'm going to drop the belts and move somewhere else. And that's where you're ruining boxing. And then you claim that you love the sport, but you ruined the definition of undisputed. So I'm saying one thing he can do is to defend those belts, because one thing he hasn't done is get undisputed and defend those belts. He can go to 168 just to get that title, but at the end, it's hollow. So we can't claim we all about old school and we want the old school back while maneuvering around the old school rules. It's like you gotta pick a lane.
So are you saying that the Bud Crawford era has watered down undisputed? Is that what you're saying, Jude?
I'm not saying that his particular era. I'm not saying his particular era has, but I will say this whole idea. I feel like everyone's just trying to rack up accolades and not doing what those accolades are supposed to mean. So, like for example, people are like, oh well. For example, Tommy Hearns. Tommy Hearns had like 4 or 5 divisions, but he had to fight through a gauntlet to do it, right? He couldn't just wait to the end, fight that person who had all the belts, get it and say I'm the belts and I'm out. And you're comparing that to people who had to fight. Like we look at the Ali's of the division.
There was only 2 belts in Hearns was fighting.
Had to fight all these people, and I mean, okay, y'all can interrupt and be disrespectful and laugh all y'all want, but y'all keep
go ahead.
No, but y'all being disrespectful, and I'm trying as a person who loves this sport deep down, y'all are the part of the problem. Y'all refuse to learn the history, you refuse to respect anything, and just figure that if you can grab a couple of accolades here and I can say I'm just as good as this person over here. No. Joe Louis had 20 plus defenses of his undisputed heavyweight title. That's better than you jumping up in weight, picking and choosing who you want to fight any day of the week. Because that means I have to fight any and everybody and still find a way to win. So all I'm saying is Bud can go to 160, he can do what y'all want, but as much as y'all claim y'all love boxing and y'all love the old school, y'all don't want it. Depending on who it is. Y'all want it for some people y'all don't like, but y'all have different rules and expectations for people you do like. So all I'm saying is that Bud can do what he wants. At the end of the day, he's proven that he's one of the best of this era, no matter what he does. Bud can retire tomorrow, and in my book, he's one of the best of this era, maybe 1 or 2. That's debatable. But I'm saying if he wants to take it a step further, defend at minimum, it is one of your undisputed titles. And to me, that's asking the bare freaking minimum of the people y'all trying to compare them to. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Okay, so here I want to respond to this real quick, right? When it comes to the definition of undisputed, the real definition of undisputed is there's no. Yes. The real definition of undisputed is that there is no dispute.
How much more money I got to put up?
So wait, so let's clarify this. The real definition of undisputed, what it's always meant, is that there's no dispute who the champion is. So if there's one title and you beat the champion, you're the undisputed champion. If there are 3 titles and you collect all 3 belts, and there are top 3 titles in that division, you're the undisputed champion. If there are 4 top titles, you collect all 4 belts, you're the undisputed champion. It's not about beating everybody in the division. Almost no fighters ever beat everybody in the division.
And I can prove it.
Wait, no. Let me continue. Almost no fighters ever beat because there are hundreds of people in the division. There are hundreds of people in the division.
Earl beat all the champions.
There's no fighter that
Earl beat all the champions
in history. Like to beat all the fighters in your division, there are hundreds of people in that division.
Who said that?
She said that. She said you have to be able to beat everybody in the division.
That's not what I said. And
so you did say that one. And let me continue. And I'll say it again. Undisputed champion. Wait, undisputed
you
champion.
Taking what you said out of context, Boxing Hacker. That's why I said
I'm just saying literally what you said. So undisputed champion, once again, it's not about being able to beat everybody because you can't prove you can beat everybody. It means
beating the champions.
Who the champion is in that division. That's all it means.
The champions in the division.
No. All it means there's no dispute. Just undisputed.
Hey, Drew,
by definition, undisputed means there's no dispute. There's no dispute who the champion is. That's all it means.
All right, thank you, Boxing Hacker.
And when it comes to
oh my goodness, man.
Yeah, so it's important that we know that. And when it comes to now I lost my context.
You was correct, Boxing Hacker. I take it there. Boxing Hacker is correct. Undisputed just means there's no dispute who the champion is.
Yeah. Okay. When it comes to
but as soon as Jerron Ennis disputes it, motherfuckers want to drop belts and run to other divisions. That's the damn problem.
Jerron Ennis disputing. He's not a champion.
And this whole argument that Terrence Crawford
was a champion and Crawford
vacated the belt. At 147, he wasn't champion.
No, he wasn't. He was a champion after Crawford vacated the belt.
Wait, people
champion Crawford was undisputed.
And never defended a title. Terrence Crawford has 34 title defenses, stimulating all the way back.
He ain't got no respect. Stop. You know what we saying, bro. You know what we saying. He's never defended his.
He does not have 34 title defenses. You're lying.
Google his name. All the way from lightweight. Google his name. He has 34 title defenses.
He doesn't have 34 title defenses. He has like 34 title fights. He has like 14 title defenses, which is a lot. But you got to understand.
He also
he went through the whole. He cleaned out the whole 140.
Like or respect none of those motherfuckers.
So all of his fights.
You don't respect boxing though, so I understand why you say that.
So all of his fights was title defenses.
Once he has a title and he keeps fighting.
He got 40 fights, and you say he got 34 title defenses. So all of his fights was title defenses. Boxing Hacker.
This guy
he has more than 34
fights. Even take this. This is why I don't take this guy serious, bro.
Y'all see how blatantly he will lie just to try to.
I mean, all you do is Google his name, man. I just look at his stats.
And he knows what we're saying. He knows what we're saying. That's the crazy part. Like he's an articulate dummy.
You realize that whole monologue I gave, I didn't Google a single thing. I base it off the knowledge I have now. Fights.
To claim that he has no title defenses is crazy. He had 5 title defenses in welterweight. Did we forget? After Jeff Horn, he fought other welterweight.
I have a simple question. I have a question.
Claim that he has no title defense is definitely crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Burr Weezy. Shout out to Burr Weezy.
Shout out to Burr Weezy with the $9.99 in the super chat. He says, "Remove Boxing Hacker Fund." Shout out Burr Weezy.
We gonna make this a movement, Boxing Hacker. I'm telling you, I'm starting a movement on your ass, man.
I'm
gonna find you jail time on the weekends too.
When it comes to historically speaking, right? When it comes to what means more, title defenses or collecting championships, historically speaking, collecting championships is what means more.
Oh my goodness!
Boxing Hall of Fame.
He's nauseating.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm so happy he said that. Can I just destroy him really quick?
Hold on, y'all. Let Boxing Hacker finish. Let Boxing Hacker finish.
Yeah. When it comes to like what means more, right? And you might follow. It's more impressive to do title defenses in a specific weight division or whatever, but collecting titles means more when it comes to like your Hall of Fame status. You know. It's just how.
Now when you duck and smoke in the process, motherfucker.
Can I go?
You can say that, but which fighter can they say hasn't
Just
done
let him go,
smoke, right?
I don't want shit to be long-winded.
Sugar Ray
Just
Robinson,
let him
Black
talk.
Murderers Row, Sugar Ray Leonard, Aaron Pryor.
You
Floyd
can't use
Mayweather,
chasing
Triple G.
greatness as a
Let him go.
scapegoat
Just
to
let
run
him
from
go.
everybody
Let him
else.
go,
Name,
bro.
they're gonna
Just let
claim
him
you
go,
duck
bro.
somebody, bro. So
Let him
that's just
go,
how
bro,
boxing
please.
is. However, when it comes to like historically speaking, like what makes you be in the Hall of Fame, it always shows that the more titles you've collected. Like this person had 5 championship titles.
That's the whole
Unless
point
you're
that
heavyweight.
she's making. You agree with her in boxing?
No,
Hacker.
she's
The shit
saying
is
that
getting
title
watered
defenses are
down.
more
He's
impressive.
stupid. That's why
No,
I said just let him
she's
go.
saying
Said
that
title
it's getting.
defenses are more
No,
obscene. No,
listen,
collecting more
stupid.
titles is more impressive.
Listen.
Oh my
She's saying
God.
it's getting watered down, and you're agreeing.
It's not.
Boxing Hacker.
It's not. What's watered down? It's different. The sport is different. She's comparing it to when they were only had 1 or 2 titles. There are 4 titles, major titles now.
Shout out to Big Dog Willie. What's your 2 cents, Big Dog Willie? What you got for the show?
Okay, I'm okay. See, I don't even agree with Jew or some other you and a couple other people about 85% of the time. But when this man gets on here, I had to agree with you guys. Boxing Hacker, quit it. Stop it. Just stop it.
Tell me what
Just
I'm wrong
stop it.
about. Just tell me what I'm wrong
No,
about.
just stop it.
Just tell me what you always
Dude,
want to say
no.
stop
No. Let me
If you want
talk.
to debate a topic, say what I'm wrong
Let me
about.
talk. Dude, you've been talking for like, I swear to God, for the last hour. Let me talk. Dude, why are you always trying to dispute the greats against Bud Crawford? Bud Crawford is a great fighter.
What great guy dispute? What the hell are
He's
you
on
talking
Bud
about?
Crawford's side, big man. Cancel
Were
Big
you
Dog.
paying attention?
Go
What are
pet
you
your
talking
dog,
about?
man.
No, you're completely off topic. We're talking about what undisputed mean. You're talking about the greats. What great did I just attack?
Undisputed. This happened. This had to start with Bud Crawford. I know it has to start with Bud Crawford.
So you don't know. Basically, you don't know the topic.
He's dick riding Bud right now, man. What are
You
you
just want to
talking
jump
about?
in the mix. You don't know the topic. No,
Well, I'm saying this is what I'm saying. Your topic being undisputed at different weight classes is cool. Yes, that's cool. But when he does it, but like I said, I give him full credit for Canelo. He's the best fighter of this generation. But when for that, but if you're undisputed and you have title defenses, those are 2 different things.
I didn't say they were the same.
Hagler, listen, hold on, let me finish. Hagler at middleweight, he only stayed at middleweight.
Yeah.
Why do we think he's one of the best fighters of all time? He dominated there for years. Years.
So what's your argument? I don't understand.
Because he's saying now all a fighter got to do is go up and fight one fight, and he the best ever to do boxing. And that's what Juke is saying, that is getting watered down because you have fight. Be quiet, listen, boxing is getting watered down because, like you mentioned, the title defenses don't matter as much anymore, like you just so eloquently said, and people are only focused on getting the accolades, like you also just expressed, which only expresses Juke point more, that because that is the case, the stuff is getting more watered down.
Thank you, 2 cents.
Let me speak, man. Because Boxing Hacker, you got to go. You ain't cooked, Boxing Hacker. Boxing Hacker, you fall back, Boxing Hacker.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
What happened?
Guys.
Hold on,
Can I finish?
Yeah, I'm out, man. I gotta work at 7. I'm tripping. I'll holler at y'all, yo. Appreciate it, 2 cents.
Can I finish about what I'm trying to say?
It's one thing to disagree, Boxing Hacker, but it's another thing for you to try to rewrite what already happened.
You know what he's talking about. He keeps saying things that I didn't say. Like, I don't know why he sounds attacking the greats.
You're rewriting the meaning. You're trying to rewrite the meaning.
No, the definition of undisputed is objectively there's no dispute who the champion is in the division.
Boxing Hacker's right. Undisputed just means there's no dispute who the champion is.
Okay.
What you guys say?
It's my turn though.
There's no.
Hold on, y'all let Terrence best video go.
Context too.
Y'all let Terrence best videos go. Go ahead.
Here's my take on that whole thing. Where you say Hagler or whatever, you're defending titles. Yeah, but it depends on the name. Now, I can understand people complaining because it happened to be that when Bud didn't defend at 147, they were upset because it was Boots. But what if it would have been a Joe, the top person was not a Boots, was considered a bump. So now he's defending against that bump. And let's say the next guy comes up is another considered a bump, and but above him, it's considered a great fighter above him. So then, who's Who's going more? The person who's going up that's fighting a perceived better fighter, or the person that's defending against a bunch of bums that's coming up? So we got to put context in when you're defending. It's who you defended against, and that's what
Now
I'm
it's
saying.
who you defended
So
against.
yeah, that doesn't matter who you defending your belts against.
It don't matter who you get the belts from. So why does it matter who you defend them against
But
now?
you said you guys are saying that defending the belts is more impressive than going up and fighting somebody at a.
No, that's not what we saying.
That's not what they're saying. So then,
Nah,
what
that's not what we saying.
talking about that?
Okay, it's what I'm saying. Like, it's not exactly what I'm saying. Let me just explain. Okay, can I just like clarify some things really quickly? And I feel like this will help some stuff. Defending your belts does mean something, because if you're not defending your belts, then that means the belts mean nothing. And this is the problem. The problem is that people want to use accolades and the belts as like the superior marker of how great a fighter is, but at the same time discredit the ranking system of that belt. You can't do. If you discredit one thing, you discredit the belt itself. And that's what I don't think you guys are getting. Right? So you can't say, okay, if you say, oh, he's a bum. I don't think if someone's a mandatory, they're a bum. Because that's how we got all these other great, like there are, like if it wasn't, okay, for example, if it wasn't for the ranking system, we would have never gotten Muhammad Ali. Ali and Spinks would have never happened. This is what I don't think we're getting. If someone to come, how do you think we get new people? Okay, how do you think we replenish and get new fighters? It's through that ranking system. And you might think one person's a bum, but there's always someone new. For example, I'll never forget when Tank fought Isaac Cruz, and people were like, "Oh, that's a trash fight," blah blah. But now, guess what? I'll never forget the last Pro Box show. You had Polly Malignaggi and other people telling Lamont Roach, "Oh, if you fight Isaac Cruz, that's a legacy fight." Meanwhile, a year ago, I promise you, Polly Malignaggi told Lamont Roach that him fighting Isaac Cruz was a legacy fight. Meanwhile, Isaac Cruz came from the ranking system. He was ranked top 10 in every single ranking system, and everyone trashed Tank for taking the fight. Now he's somebody that everyone wants to fight. You don't.
Yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get shout out to Burr Weezy with the $49.99 in the super chat. He says the issue is they are picking the weakest link in the division for the sole purpose of getting an accolade versus actually staying in the divisions and really proving you're the greatest of that division.
Absolutely.
If you fight the champion of the division,
not a champion is the weakest
I'm
link.
not done. Hold on, Box Hacker.
This gets sad, man.
Bud is collecting the belts to drop them. Shout out Burr Weezy. Now listen, y'all. Listen, let me say this.
Mayweather did the same thing, though.
Let me say this, because y'all keep talking this champion stuff, but y'all don't have this same energy for every champion. The moment I bring up Rolly and him being a 2-division champion, y'all jump through hoops to try to discredit him. The moment I bring up the fact that Gervonta Tank Davis got 3 people on his resume that fought that went on to become world champions, y'all discredit them.
It's irrelevant.
So all of a sudden now,
it's irrelevant until he wants to fight someone that you like.
Boxing is about the current event. It's not about
no.
What you
listen, I'm talking about the accolades. I'm referring to the accolades. Certain fighters, the accolades mean everything. It don't matter who they get them from, as long as they get them. It don't, like we watched Keyshawn Davis fight Barinchek in the he didn't even put up a fight.
Keyshawn was just way better.
He didn't even, and then y'all say shit like no, and then y'all say shit like he was just way better. Listen, I'm about to get y'all off here. Hold on, y'all tripping. Y'all gotta go in timeout till I'm finished talking. And you've never seen Tank Davis fight an opponent that didn't put up a fight, but yet y'all will say he ain't fight nobody. But then you'll flip and say, oh, well, it's because Keyshawn was so good. He didn't put up a fight. Like, it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. And the whole point is these people are plotting and planning for these accolades. They not just, oh, let me fight the best for this belt. They not doing that. Shakur Stevenson fought for 2 vacant belts. Nobody ever even bring that up.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, because when he fought Zepeda, it was a difficult fight. So I get where you're coming from.
Zepeda ain't got no belt.
Well, Zepeda, I'll defend. Zepeda was his mandatory, and that's a great fight. I just think that y'all understand it. Like, okay, there was a time, and this is just a piggyback of what I think it was a Basson Hacker who said, like, oh, historically, undisputed means, you know, all these different titles. There was a time where there was only 1 or 2 belts, and you had to fight. You had to fight through the ranking system to become the top guy, to even become the champion. So, for example, Ali, again, he was supposed to be, he was just like, oh, he's just some young guy who runs his mouth. He upset a champion through the ranking system. Some of our absolute greats came up through the ranking system. They weren't just like, you can't be like, oh, it's about the champions. Right. But you gotta remember there's 4 belts now. There was a time where there were not 4 belts. Like, this whole 4-belt system is very new. Even the 3-belt system is still new. So what I'm saying is that what considered greatness, and you talk about historically, because you say historically, it's about, no, historically it wasn't about all these different champions, because historically there weren't that many champions. You had to fight up the gauntlet. You had to fight almost, it was like, so as much as me, like, for example, you guys keep saying, oh, we need to bring back the tournaments. Boxing was a tournament. It was a tournament. You had to fight through a tournament to be a champion. So, but now you can literally wait in the wings, become a big name, and choose the champion of choice. And I'm not saying that it means that you're not good, because I'm sorry, no one will ever convince me that Bud Crawford is not one of the best skill-wise of this era. But I'm saying is that the difference is, if you just have to if you have to get a title and defend it, no matter what, no matter the skill, the size, and style, that's a different level. Marvin Hagler had to defend no matter who it was. It wasn't, I'm gonna choose and pick and choose. No, whoever came up with that ranking system, no matter the style, I'm not dropping this belt. You're gonna have to beat me out of it. That is a bigger stamp on your legacy.
How does Sugar Ray fight Marvin Hagler?
And that's why. Hold on, chill out.
Make Sugar Ray to us then.
Could you stop? Could you control yourself for 5 seconds, brother, please? That's why defending your. That's why you can find in throughout boxing history. Guess gonna be what's more rare? It's more rare for you to have defended your undisputed or whatever title you have for consecutive times. You're gonna find a whole bunch of people who got titles, whole bunch of people I can, because guess what? As time goes on, it's all about the positioning. It's gonna be much. It's a reason why the legacy of defending your undisputed titles or defending your 1, 2, 3 titles is becoming harder and harder. Because you whatever. Could y'all listen? I know y'all don't want to listen. Y'all, you want to argue?
No, I was just curious to know.
No, because you just don't just do nothing. Just listen.
That's it.
The difference is that's why that's becoming harder. That's why you don't. That's why Joe Louis' record's not going to be beat. That's why Marvin Hagler record's not going to be beat. Even Tank has a good record. Even Errol Spence had a good record. The difference is that it's harder to defend that title than it is to look on the outside, find out what style that matches your style better, that you can pair up with, match that person and win one quick title and come back down and move back up. That is much easier.
What gauntlet did Sugar Ray do?
I have a question for you.
Hold on, y'all. I got Mr. Too Rich, Mr. I Respect the Belts on the panel. And listen, y'all, this is such a great conversation, but it's 1 a.m. I gotta go. Y'all not finna keep me on here till 3. We could definitely finish this conversation again on Friday. Y'all make sure y'all come back 6:30. All women panel is ladies night. So y'all make sure y'all come back through Friday for the show. Too Rich, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, what's going on, Two Cent? What's going on, Pan? I've been listening, right? I've been listening. And, you know, one thing about great fighters, the great fighters because they're polarizing, right? You have people go to each side, with their opinions of that particular fighter. In regards to Crawford, the goalposts always get moved. People try to look for a reason, like some kind of way he had the simpler way to do something instead of looking at the fight, the skills in the ring. But the problem with saying he needs to defend the belts, you also got to look at Crawford age. By the time Floyd was Crawford age, he had already retired and came back. Crawford is the old one. Crawford was the one that was out the ring for a year. Crawford was the one that had shoulder surgery. Every reason not to be able to win a fight. And yet he's the one some kind of way has the perfect timing. Okay, as regards to defending the belts, okay, he needs to defend the belt. But the guy y'all call the greatest is Floyd Mayweather. He won belts and immediately dropped them. Immediately he dropped them, and you call him the greatest fighter ever. He told you to your face, I've earned the right to pick and choose who I want to fight. And you think he picked the hardest fights to make for the most money? If I have Zab Judah, I have Shane Mosley, and I have Oscar De La Hoya, at the time Floyd fought him, they had a combined 16 losses. What would you say about Crawford in that same exact scenario? So at the end of the day, sometimes the great ones, you can have your opinions. Everybody got their favorite fighter, but it's like looking at Tom Brady. I don't have to be a Tom Brady fanboy to have respect for Tom Brady and what he did for the sport. You see what I mean? So Crawford is who he is, and when the next fight for him, I'm a real Crawford fan. It ain't but one fight for Crawford. That's David Benavidez at 175. And when he wins that fight, you would say David Benavidez was better at 168. See, before the fight, y'all say he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him. After the fight, Crawford picked Benavidez at the right time. That's what will be said. That's what will be said the last 2 times. And it is what it is.
All right, let me say this, and then I'm gonna go around the panel, let everybody get their final 2 cents off. Once again, Too Rich, Mister, I respect the belts. Nobody said that he needed to defend the belts. We were specifically just talking about, or I think this was Juke's point, or at least this is my point, how watered down the accolade stuff has become. And you only came up here again and agreed with us, speaking about how Mayweather would get belts and just drop them and would not defend them. Again, that's exactly our point. How just getting the accolade and saying you got it and then dropping it is what is easier, is what Jupe is trying to express, because you can pick and choose who to get that belt from. But when you have to defend the belt, you do not get to sit back and wait like a sniper and pick the perfect time to go fight that person. So Too Rich, you right. Floyd Mayweather also helped water down the sport doing that bullshit. That's all I'm trying to say.
Either,
Boxing hacker.
Sorry.
Boxing hacker. Go ahead. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I just want to say this. That whole thing about what fighters used to do before and what compared to what they do, that's not true. We can say, Hagler has so many title defenses. But Sugar Ray Leonard came from 147, came out of retirement to fight Hagler. He didn't go through no gauntlet or no tournament of champions or none of that. He went and fought Hagler. Throughout history, it's always been like that. Like, if you're the best over here, they're gonna want you to fight the best over there. Floyd did. So many fighters have done that. I don't know. I can't imagine any fighter that really. Maybe somebody who just stayed in their division. Pacquiao too. Like, if they see another fighter they think can beat you, they're gonna say, hey, can you fight this person? Like Pacquiao, Floyd De La Hoya. He didn't go to no gauntlet to fight De La Hoya. And I think it's just this whole. I think we're sort of like sensationalize what happened in the past. It's not that much different. Difference is there are more titles now. But the fact people wanted to see certain fights happening and people jumping the line to make those fights happen has always been a thing in boxing. There have been boxing tournaments, but there have been also people jumping the line. And this whole conversation about, people need to go through the ranking system. Every boxer in the professional division is in the ranking system. That doesn't even make any kind of sense. I don't know what fight. Even the champions are still in the ranking system. The title is just the top of the ranking system. So the conversation of like, they're not going to some magical ranking system. That's not true. Every single fighter you see today is part of a ranking system. You know.
All right.
And I just think it's so weird. Like I think at a certain point we're just trying to find a way to discredit a certain fighter. I think people are trying to find a way to discredit.
Nobody is trying to discredit anybody.
It's my 2 cents. I'm just saying, like, I personally believe that because like 2 Rich alluded to, like Floyd Mayweather got belts and dropped them. You know.
Yes, and he also helped water it down. That's the whole point.
And people now say, "Oh, Crawford never had title defense." Crawford has so many title defenses.
He never
he did that. You know, he's not a 168 pounder. He decided he was a 154. He looked at the best fighter at 168. Let's keep that in mind. Canelo was perceived to be the best fighter. You know, and this whole conversation about the historically definition. There's only one definition: undisputed. Undisputed is based on the word. There is no dispute.
Get off the panel, bro.
There's no dispute who the champion is.
All right, thank you, Bob. You already said that.
Hold on, because everybody wants to for a long time. I just
Get
want to say
off the panel, my nigga.
People got rebuttal with things that aren't true.
Get off the panel, bro.
When it comes to there's no dispute who the champion is. When you go to when Crawford went to 168, there was no dispute.
Get off the panel.
You can say all you want. There was no dispute.
Get off the panel.
There was no dispute who the champion was.
You got 1 minute. Land your plane, boxer.
Yeah, there was no dispute. Canelo was the champion. Canelo looked good at the fight. People always want to say like, "Oh, Canelo." No, that was a hard fight for Bud. We were here literally scoring the fight. And there were so many close rounds. You know, people like at the end of the fight, people said Bud Washington. I don't think Bud Washington was a tough fight. He won. He won a smart fight. You know. However, there at that particular moment, Canelo is the undisputed champion. And Bud beat him. That makes him undisputed. He doesn't have to fight anybody else in that division. No, he doesn't.
All right, thank you, Bob.
There's no solidifying nothing. Like once you beat the champion, you're undisputed. If there's only one title and you beat that champion, you're undisputed. If there's only 2 titles, you beat both champions, you're undisputed. It just means there's no dispute. So it's all this conversation about, you have to go through it. That's never been a thing in boxing. People are just making things up. And I'll land my plane right there.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it. Terrence Best Videos, 2 minutes. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Crash the burn that.
Okay, real quick. The average boxing career is maybe 12 years. If you go all 12 years, you're going to have defenses. I mean, there's no way you're going to be able to jump from 147 then 140. That's ridiculous. You're going to have to defend your title. When people like, let's say Hagler, and I want you to answer this specifically. Let's say Hagler has because even though you're defending, you still have opportunity to fight who you want. Let's say Benavidez is up 1 weight class higher than him. Do you rather see him defend this guy, even with your ranking system? I understand, even though we can't depend on the ranking system now because we know that these promoters buy rankings. Come on, we know that happens. But we don't even. This ranking system is a joke right now. But anyway, even back then,
the ranking system a joke, but we give it
a joke right now. You don't believe it's a joke?
Fighter that was ranked number 1.
I'm just saying, do you believe it's a joke? Yes or no? You agree with me or you don't agree with me? Maybe you think it's great. Maybe you think that they don't buy rankings. But anyway, that's not my point, 2 cents. My point is this, that let's just say when Hagler was fighting, Benavidez was 1 weight class above him and said he could have choose that fight or choose this dude that's in the ranking system. Do you guys still agree that if Hagler moved up and fight that guy that's up there, that's equivalent to a Benavidez, would have been a better fight than the guy that's coming up?
Shit. That's a great point.
That's the only point I'm trying to make, JD, is that when Bud is moving up, bitch, it's not like he's fighting a bum, bro. These guys are good that he's moving up to fight. He's not fighting a bum. He's fighting a tough fight. I can see if he was moving up just fighting some random bum, I would agree with y'all, but he's fighting a good fighter.
Okay, so you asked me that question. Do you want me to answer? Or
all right, hold on. Let him finish, and I'm gonna let you.
That's the question I want you to answer. Is that do you agree that that's a tougher fight for Hagler than necessarily his Mando that's coming up? That's what I want you to answer. But I wanted to land my plane here is that. Y'all tell me, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the research. I'm going to research if he would have stayed at 140 and then just defended all of his titles, I'm gonna tell you what names would have been on his resume, and I'm gonna do it at 147. I know y'all want to talk about Boots, but other than Boots, I'm gonna tell you the names that if he stays at 147, who's he defending against? Bunch of no names that y'all not gonna give Bud no credit for. So it doesn't even make logical sense for him to stay at one division and fight a bunch of people that y'all not gonna give him credit for, rather than moving up fighting somebody that's already established. And I'm gonna land my plane here.
Thank you. Nobody said none of this stuff. I don't know what y'all are even talking about. Jude, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Right. None of us, I didn't say any of that. And that's what's so crazy between him and Boxing Hacker. They heard what they wanted to hear and been arguing against points that nobody made, and that's why they looking crazy out here. So it's so like I feel like I'm talking and like they don't like they argue something completely different from what the hell I said. So when it comes to the question, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you have the floor since y'all won't let me talk.
No, I said I like to hear you talk. That's all.
I'm sorry, baby. Okay, my bad. I misinterpreted. So I'm gonna say this. I promise you. All I'm saying to answer his question about if it was Hagler and Benavidez was up there, would you prefer him to go up or fight who was in his division? That would really depend, because this is the problem, is that Hagler's style is great for Benavidez. Like, this is the thing with boxing. People keep forgetting his style. Styles make fights. I can move up and fight someone, and if my style, if the end of the day, style is a style, size or not. We've seen that, right? But Bud literally told us the reason why he moved up and why he wouldn't fight Benavidez, but would move up to fight Canelo. He told us, right? There's a reason why. There's a reason why. What's his name? I'm sorry. Roy Jones moved up to heavyweight to fight Ruiz, but would not move up and fight Mike Tyson. It's not just a size all the time. The size is always a factor. I'm not saying it's not, but it's also a style. And what we're saying is, if you are defending your titles, eventually you're going to have to defend every style or way more styles, and you can't pick the style. You don't have a choice. Versus if I move up, I can choose which of the champions. For example, another example, Andre Ward. Andre Ward said, I would absolutely go up and fight Anthony Joshua, but I will not fight Deontay Wilder.
He said that?
Yes, he has. Because it's a style. So that's the thing. If I'm just defending my title and I'm at the mercy of the rankings, I gotta fight whatever style's coming up. That's the difference. And I'm not saying, I love the idea of moving up and fighting someone. So I didn't say that Bud never defended his titles.
Y'all so defensive about Bud. It's crazy.
Right. I never said he didn't. I was just saying, and I also said, how many times did I say this 2 cents? I said, I don't have a problem if Bud fights at 160 and skips and doesn't, let's say he relinquishes the belts he beat Canelo for. I don't have a problem with it. All I said was that for me, I want him to, for once, defend his undisputed titles. That's all I said. And we're saying he didn't belong in that size. Well, according to Bomac, he's always been bigger. And if I go back and watch the fights he fought at HBO and what he walked in at, which I did recently, Bomac is right. But that's a whole nother discussion. I got receipts. Don't test me. Anyway, all I'm saying,
live stream, Juke. That's a whole
I promise you, don't test me on that. So all I'm saying is that it's different. Like, for example, when you are constantly defending your titles, you have no say-so on who you're choosing. If I'm moving up because there's so many belts now, I can choose who I can fight at any given moment based on the style. Now, I do have to contend with the size, but as Bud said himself in the interview, the only reason I even entertain Canelo is because he's a smaller guy at 168. I have the reach advantage. There's advantages I have. I have no advantages with Benavidez, which is why I would not fight him. That tells you right now that he figured he got rid of the size situation.
So it was actually the money, Jupe. It was actually the money, Jupe. Just to be honest with you, it was the money.
It was the money too, but I'm telling you what Bud said out his mouth. I promise you I will find the video and put it in here. He said the only reason he entertained Canelo, this is his words, it's not me hating. He said it was because Canelo is not a big dude. He's a small 168 pounder. He said, I lined up my advantages in that fight. He said it out his own mouth.
Hey, I don't mean to erupt, but then you also got to add in when he said weight classes exist for a reason, that he wouldn't go up and fight Canelo. Wasn't Canelo the same size when he said that?
Yes, he did. Okay, thank you for saying that. He did. Until he met Canelo in person and realized Canelo was smaller. And I'm talking about the interview I'm talking about with Bud. This was very recent, because they was asking him about fighting Benavidez. And he said that because there was a time, I remember when Bud said, I ain't fighting no Canelo. And then he got around him and he realized, oh, this dude little. And as Bomac said, Bud has always been bigger. And I didn't consider that until I recently went back to one of my HBO fights. And that's when they used to show what you walked in and weighed in at. It makes sense now. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to get too much up. But what I'm saying is that that's what Bud said. I'm not lying. I will find the video and put it in. I will send it to y'all. He said that. So all I'm saying is that, and I feel like I don't want to discredit Bud because at the end of the day, this is Canelo's fault. Canelo should have fought Benavidez, and he tried to cherry pick Bud, and he got what he got. Because I always thought that Bud was a better fighter anyway. And so what I'm saying is the difference between choosing who you want to fight for different titles and defending your titles no matter who comes into the rankings is a different thing. It's a different thing. And that's why back in the past, we got so many great fighters. It's because you couldn't choose. You had to, do you think Frazier wanted Foreman? Do you think Foreman was not somebody who was supposed to happen? Ali was not supposed to happen. It came through the ranking system. Half of 147 is because there are people who Tank fought. Then now everybody at 147 now wants to fight. That we trashed when Tank was fighting on them, but now we'll give them credit if Devin or anyone else fights them. That's how you enter new blood into the system.
Ain't no credit for that.
No, if Devin was to fight Barrios right now and beat him, y'all would give him credit. Yes, you would.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Y'all would give him credit. And
nope.
Just like for example, I never forget when Tank entered into 135, he fought Gamboa. They were like, oh, he trashed Gamboa. And then what did Devin do? Immediately after Tank knocked out Gamboa, Devin fought Gamboa, gave him a title opportunity, and everybody was fine with it.
Everybody said it's a legacy fight for Devin.
It was a legacy fight for.
I never said that. I think
after Tank knocked him out, and we are trashing Tank in his resume for people we're giving other people credit for. Same thing with Ryan. Same thing, like literally half of 140 and 147 is people that Tank already knocked out. Like this is what's so crazy. Like I don't understand. This is the flow of boxing. So all I'm saying is that I'm not saying that like if Bud, I'm perfectly fine if Bud goes to 160 and be whoever he deserves the credit. I'm just saying I would prefer him to defend the undisputed title. That's all I'm saying. Because I think we're gonna be saying that, and I'm saying that through the ranking system is how we got new blood. We wouldn't have gotten Pitbull, who's now everybody want to fight. We wouldn't have gotten Rolly, even though I know y'all say it's crazy, but whatever. Rolly's a player. We wouldn't have gotten Barrios. We wouldn't have gotten half the people that all these other big names want to fight. Even Mean Machine. The reason why Virgil can fight Mean Machine is because he came through the ranking system. Bud fought him, gave Bud a challenge, and now beating Mean Machine means something. Y'all can say whatever y'all want, but that ranking system says something. And if you discredit the ranking system, you discredit the belt. And I'm gonna go ahead and land my plane and let y'all cook.
Wait.
All right, thank you.
I got one question.
Hold on. No questions. I gotta hurry up and get off of here. Y'all ain't trying to let me out.
Nah, it was it's a sensible question about what she was saying that I've been trying to ask her all night.
Go ahead, JD.
The one thing I want to ask is that you say that you want Bud to defend 168, but against who though? There's nobody there. It's no real competition at 168. That's it. That's what I was gonna ask. Who?
And that kind of leads to my point about being able to pick your champion is because it depends on the division you choose and where it is. Like 168 a year or two ago was hot. Now it's slightly fizzling out, right? You can choose it towards the tail end, and that's the problem with it's great. It's a lot of positives and negatives. Yes, it can be hot. You're still like Bud still gets all 100% of the credit because he beat the top at 168. But after Canelo did all the heavy lifting, right? So at this point, who could Bud fight in 168?
This dog's at 68. Iglesias.
Lester
Martinez. Canelo didn't do none of the heavy lifting. He didn't fight Benavidez. He didn't fight Morrell.
Right. Well, he knew all of it. He did some of it. So, like, for example, Bud can fight, like you said, Lester Martinez, Shiraz, Jamal Charlo, Pacheco. Like, there's still some name. Magia, even. I don't know. Fight the people he fought.
Magia is trash. Pacheco, please.
I mean, you can say they
trash. Benavidez come down to 168. Bud gonna beat his ass, and I hope that happens too, because I'm tired of this narrative. Fuck Benavidez.
Okay, y'all. Okay, I'm not that in me. Okay, I get that. But what I'm saying is that their styles make fights. There are certain styles there that I have not seen Bud fight. Do it. But my thing is that's better competition than fighting freaking, Lara, who's old. That's the best at 160. At 160. Now you said, oh, they trash. Okay, but that's still better than 160. Who y'all want him to fight at?
Hey,
we're gonna have to wrap it up. I hate to cut it short, y'all, but I gotta give me some rest. Shout out to everybody that came through today. Great cook, great panel, man. This was awesome. I hate I gotta cut it, but I gotta get some rest. Come back Friday, y'all. We gonna pick it up from there. We can come back Friday. We got the it's ladies' night, so make sure y'all come through. Shout out to everybody that joined me on the panel today. Shout out Juke for coming with the cook. Shout out Boxing Hacker. Shout out No Cap, Big Dog, Willie, Too Rich, Mr. I Respect the Belts. I really hate putting people off the panel without them getting their final 2 cents in, but I can see y'all have me on here for another hour and a half because the conversation was just so good. Shout out to everybody that supported the channel. Make sure y'all punch that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as you're going throughout the live. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, cussing you out, timing you out the chat, leaving you in the background, kicking you off the panel, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. So do what makes you happy. Because you see this jet, you see this private jet that we own? I got it because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion. You know why? Because I did what the fuck I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what the fuck you want to do.